What's going on, my boxing brothers and sisters? It's another edition of Major Key. But tonight we have an interesting subject here, man. Sometimes you guys don't know about legends. I understand that we got a lot of people that haven't been around for the quite a while. Where from the Mike Tysons, the Sugar Ray Leonards, the Durans, the Muhammad Ali's. A lot of folks haven't really grown up through that era. It's all good. It's all good as long as you learn, right? So we got some people to teach you here tonight. We got some people that's going to teach you tonight, man. And I'm not even going to really jump. I'm going to let them run the show, man, because when I talk to these guys off air, I can't even keep up with the energy, man. I can't even keep up with these guys' energy. So I'm going to let them kind of run the show tonight. So first and foremost, I'm going to let my man Terrence, Duke of Comedy. He's been here before. Welcome back, brother. You go ahead
and thank you for having me.
Absolutely, brother. You already know what it is. Mad love, yo. We love y'all out here on Major Key Boxing. So go ahead and you first introduce yourself, and then go ahead and introduce the guests on the show.
I'm respectfully known as the Duke of Comedy. I too dibbled and dabbled a little bit into the boxing realm. Troy and I go way back. We like family. But tonight you guys are in for a super duper treat. I had the pleasure of meeting Bunch Bay. This guy, I had the pleasure of meeting him over 17 years ago. Wow. And when I came into his presence, I didn't know the living legend that I was sitting in front of. Just spending day by day talking with him and getting to know him. And once that story revealed itself to me, I said, my Lord, you are a living legend. And it's crazy how people speak to you and see you every day and don't realize it. Yeah. Then I was introduced to Roger Leonard through Bunch Bay, his brother Ray Leonard, their sister. Wow. Man, and it's just been a great opportunity to be in the midst of these like legends. When I say legends, I'm talking about legends. Bunch Bay revealed to me that Roger Leonard was the one that introduced Sugar Ray Leonard into boxing. So when he told me that, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I know how brothers like to want to claim the fame of, you know what I mean? They just want to jump in the limelight, say, no, I was the one that put the gloves on him. But literally, Roger was the one that put the gloves on him. Mm-hmm. And every major fight that Sugar Ray Leonard's ever had, you can call out Duran, Hearns, Hagler, you name any one of them. It wasn't one of them camps that Bunch Bay wasn't in. It wasn't a camp that Roger Leonard wasn't in. Those guys were the reason Ray put that ass whooping on these guys, right? And just by me, like I say, I've been around Bunch Bay every single day for 7 years straight. We were together every single day. So I was able to meet these legends, be around them, watch their stories, watch their lifestyles, watch how their movement. Bunch Bay works out every single day. To this day, he still gets road work in. He's still doing 100 crunches, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 leg lifts. He's doing that day in, day out. If it comes a time when he's not doing it, he don't feel well. When I'm talking about don't feel well, he don't feel well because he didn't do it. He don't feel well because he's ill. He feel ill because he wasn't able to do it. So, man, I love you, Bunch, and there's no way possible that I wouldn't let this day go by without saying you're definitely a living legend, man.
Yeah, Bunch,
a living legend, and the stories that you and Roger got. Oh, man. You know what I mean? I'm a Marine. I'm a Marine.
Well, the Air Force the best. The Air Force the best.
I knew you was gonna say that. That's why I said that, Roger.
No.
That's why I said that.
Okay.
Bunch Bay and Roger Leonard went into the Air Force on a buddy program.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It wasn't for Bunch, man. I don't know where I'd be. I mean, Bunch been my friend for over 50 years. Now, I started boxing in 1964 at Number 2 Boys Club. I was 11 years old. And then we moved to Palmer Park, and I got my brother into boxing, and the rest is history. But Bunch, see, a lot of people don't know Bunch. Bunch was the alternate for the 1976 Olympic team. He lost in the finals to this guy, and I thought Bunch really beat him, but they gave the guy the fight. And Bunch, matter of fact, he was the first guy to break my nose. We were sparring one time, and Bunch was he had a good right hand. He broke my nose, but he still can whoop me. And I always beat him up. But I mean, he just got a lucky punch that time. He got a lucky punch. But Bunch was a great fighter. He was the Air Force champ. He fought all overseas, and you know, just like me, I fought in Russia, Cuba, Poland. You know, but I think we've been hidden by my little brother, because see, Ray was just awesome. I mean, he won the Olympics, the World Championship, the Pan American Games, and you know, if they always say Sugar Ray Leonard's brother, they should say Roger Leonard. Ray is Roger Leonard's brother, because I'm the oldest.
Right on.
They've been saying that for a good little while. You know, matter of fact, I just got finished talking to my little brother. Yeah. So I've been in boxing for over 50 years. You know, it's different now. People always say, "Well, what do you think about the fighters of today and the fighters back when you was fighting?" You know,
Hey, Roger.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you this question: Where are you in your basement right now?
I'm in my office upstairs. I'm in my office. Yeah.
Oh, damn! I was going.
What's up?
So are you on your phone? What are you on?
I'm on my phone. Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna have to get you to walk downstairs, bro, because you got in your basement, you got some artifacts that I definitely want to show these guys.
Wait a minute.
And
how you know about that? I mean, you know,
Roger, stop playing with me. See, you play too much.
I got my gym downstairs. The heavy bag, speed bag, double M bag.
But I'm talking about that wall. I'm talking about that wall with the short, with Ray's shorts on it. You got to go downstairs for me, bro.
Let me walk down here.
You got to go downstairs for me, just to do that. And while you walking downstairs, I want to get Bunch Bay. I want to get Bunch Bay involved in here and have him talk about just his amateur bout, because how Roger started talking about your amateur, and you revealed to me something that knocked my socks off, brother. You told me you had over 100 some odd amateur fights. Talk about that,
119. 119
fights.
119. Yeah, I lost 12.
Okay. I didn't know you had 119 fights, Bunch. Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah. 119 fights, man. And then I had 10 pro fights.
Oh, okay. You had 10 pro fights. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. What happened was that I had a break. Between the streets got to me. The streets ate me alive. And I did a little incarceration. I think I did 38 months. 3 years, 2 months. Roger can remember that. Yeah, man, I was off the chain. Good God, I mean, ooh. I'm supposed to have been the drug seller. I was the drug user.
But you're a legend, man. You're a legend, man. But you don't talk about yourself. You don't talk about how you was rated number 2 in the country. I mean, 1976,
come on, Roger.
75. Bunch was awesome.
This is what I'm trying to get him to talk about.
Yeah, I want to hear too, because on the phone the other day, you know, we was hearing about the fact that Sugar Ray used to demand that you was his sparring partner.
Oh, absolutely.
He wouldn't have nobody else. He wanted you. Tell the people about that.
Come on, Bunch. Talk about that.
Okay. Yeah, Roger. Ray would always look out for me, man, because we started off together. You know what I mean? And I was a good work for him. And a few times I beat his butt. You know what I mean? He talked about that when I seen him recently. I said, man, I let him know that, man, he whooped me more times than I whooped him. Because when the first day I sparred with him, boy, he beat the crap out of me. Oh my goodness, broken nose.
Not that much, Bunch. I mean, you gave Ray a lot of go. You gave Ray a lot of play, man. I mean, you have your own in there. You know, some days you know you was kind of off. We was off. But man, Ray didn't take over on us. I mean, we gave Ray some work, you know.
Oh yeah.
And for my little brother to beat me and I've never been really knocked out. I can say this now. My brother knocked me out with them 14-ounce gloves. I don't think you remember that, do you, Bunch? Was you at the gym?
Which with Oakcrest?
No, Palmer Park. When we was on Palmer Park, Ray knocked me out.
On the naked floor. On the naked floor.
Yep. On the naked floor.
Wow.
You know,
we didn't have a ring. So, we could box on the floor, on a wide open gym.
Oh yeah, when we talk about killer instinct, you know, man, my brother had it. I mean, you know, Bunch. We was the 3 best fight. Well, Derek Holmes, me, you, Derek Holmes, and forward. Who else?
Well, you know, we in history. They got all our names. The four of us. The names said that we are the best
Oh
fighters to
yeah.
come out of Palmer Park.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And
Mhm.
I was having a problem. But do you remember Clinton Jackson? I lost to him
Yeah, I
six
remember Ken
times.
Jackson well, like yesterday. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
you
Yeah.
had
I
a
lost.
problem with him, but you finally whooped him one
Oh
time.
yeah, on ABC Wild World of Sports. Do you guys remember Howard Cosell?
This is Howard
Yeah.
Coast.
Oh man.
We're about to come into a fight with these young guys, and this guy from Palmer Park is gonna put a beating on these people. Who don't remember Howard Cosell, man?
Howard
Oh,
Cosell. Well, a lot of
but
people
that was
don't.
you
A
turns.
lot
That
of
was you turns imitating
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah. That was
goodness.
me. That was me. That was me.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome, turns. Oh my
And
goodness.
see, look, Terrence, and see right here, I don't know if you can see where I fought this guy named Johnny Gant. I fought on Ray Carr, all Ray Carrs until he fought Tommy Hearns. And that was
Oh Lord, he live in the sticks. He gonna have to call us back.
Yeah, no, because he went to the basement. So when he goes to the basement, he probably lost a little bit of connection down there because he went to show us
it
the
went off.
artifacts.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah.
Man,
I
let me
thought
tell you
Johnny
something
Gant.
about
I thought Johnny Gant had threw another right hand at him or something.
right.
Damn.
Hey, you ain't get hit by Johnny Gant right hand, did you? Did you, Rod?
Johnny Gant knocked me down, knocked him down. I won that fight. I beat the Canadian champion. And when Ray fought Duran, I fought a guy named Clyde Gray. I beat him. My record was 16-1. I lost to this guy named Mario Maldonado. I knocked him out. I don't know if you guys remember the Capitol Center. I knocked him out the second round, but I had a problem. I had a problem with drugs. I was messing with drugs and hanging out and partying with women. I didn't take it serious. You know, so when I lost the last fight, I
played with it.
Yeah. If I had taken this serious, man, I've probably been a champ. You know, that's always hindsight, 2020. But you know, the fighters today, they are more dedicated and they're good in their time. Just like Joe Louis was good as his time. But I tell you what, everybody talk about George Foreman. George Foreman would have knocked. I love Mike Tyson. George Foreman would have knocked Mike Tyson out any day of the week. Any day of the week, he'd have knocked him out. You know, and everybody always say, well, who was the best Sugar? I think Sugar Ray Robinson was the best Sugar because he's the one that, you know, had the first name.
I gotta agree with that.
Yeah,
Actually, I got him number one on my pound for pound all time, bro. Like I actually do have Sugar Ray up there.
What you know about Sugar Ray Robinson, man? You're too young.
Hey, listen, man, I wasn't living around that time, but I watched enough clips and I got enough history books that tell me about that long ass stretches, you know, those long ass stretches of victories, man.
Hey, man,
I gotta give him credit. You know?
But back then they used to fight like every other week. I mean,
True.
you know now
True.
you got Terrence Crawford, you got Spence, you got Devin Haney, you got Shakur Stevenson. You got all these guys. They fight once a year. Or
once a year.
You know, man, that's not. You know, but I know the pandemic had an effect on it, man. But you got to fight. You know.
So whenever y'all ready, we could switch it to that because that's actually a topic I could talk about, man. Like when we talk about current boxing, that's actually what we cover here. You know, we give a platform for the OGs to come over here and shine some light, and I love it, man. I bask in the sun. You know, I love it. You know, but at the end of the day, the current situation is confusing for a lot of people. You know, so whenever y'all want to switch gears, y'all let me know, and we'll turn it that way.
All right, we're gonna take a few more minutes.
Let me jump in real quick because my phone is bad to make this comment.
Right
now, you see all this energy that's here right now, right? See all this energy that's here. I don't feel none of that when I think about current fighters of the day. I don't feel none of that damn energy because first and foremost, they don't really give off that energy like y'all giving off. Like you really want to get it on. You really want to fight. Go ahead, brother. Go.
Who is the heavyweight champion of the world now? Who is the heavyweight champion?
Nobody. No. Joshua. Joshua, man. Anthony Joshua.
Man, me coming up, you couldn't, man, the heavyweight champion, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. Come on, man. Rocky Marciano. All these guys, they was heavyweight champion. Jerry Joe Wildcott. Ezra Charles. All these guys, now you ask a young person who's a heavyweight champion, they don't know. They still think it's Mike Tyson. And I'm not taking anything. I'm not taking anything from Tyson Fury or Wilder. But man, back in the day, man, you know all the champions. They had one champ. They got so many. They got the WBA, the WBO,
That's
the
exactly the
IBL.
problem. All the belts
man,
right now, and it's not just the sanctioning bodies, but it's the amount of belts that they have in those sanctioning bodies.
Right.
The interim, the diamond, the super, the franchise. Like it's just like it's So that's what I'm saying. It's a confusing subject for anybody when you ask them. And how we supposed to bring the newbies, the young people into this sport that we love so much when we don't even understand the rules ourselves.
Yeah.
Right now, you know what? I got a question for the panel. Right.
Go ahead.
Name me a time in boxing history when you didn't have a superstar boxer from this country.
Oh man. So
2021.
Right. So, but back in the 80s, let's go 2000. 2000, I'm gonna say Floyd Mayweather.
He was as hell, Roger. You know that.
Wait a minute. Floyd Mayweather made the most money. He almost a billionaire. Then I go to the 90s. The 90s, how about Terry Norris? The 80s, my brother. The 70s, Roberto Duran and Muhammad Ali. But I mean, like now, it's so many of them. The champ's supposed to fight the champ. Like Terrence Crawford's supposed to fight Spence. But they negotiating the money. That's the main thing.
But you across the street too. You across the street. You don't live on this side of the street, so I can't fight you because you're on that side of the street. You know what I mean? Right. Or if you're on that side of the street, yeah, you my brother though, so I really can't fight you because that would look bad. Like there's too many excuses, yo. Like back in the day, nobody was even hesitating. Who we had on here, Troy? It was one of the legends that was on here and said, I think it was Randall Bailey. He said, I don't care if it's my brother. I'll sign him up right now.
It was Randall Bailey. It was Randall Bailey.
You know what I'm saying?
Randall Bailey. Was he, I think Randall Bailey was lightweight.
No. 140 pounder. He fought Chop Chop.
Oh, okay. Who won?
It was a two fight. Chop Chop won one, and and Chop Chop lost the other one.
Oh, okay. Chop Chop was a very good fighter. I mean, we had some great fighters. Sean Bay Mitchell, like you said, Simon Brown, Maurice Blocker. We had 4 champions at one time. Keith Holmes. You had
a whole bunch of champions at one time. William Johnson. Y'all just putting them.
Yeah, man. It's funny y'all say that because Chop Chop and William Joppy were both on here as well.
Oh, is that right? Oh, okay. Yeah. So is Chop Chop still fighting?
No. Chop Chop chilling. But you know who people forget, y'all?
He's a chef.
Daryl Tyson. People always forget Daryl Tyson. He was nice too.
Yeah, but Daryl, I think he fought for the championship one time. A guy from Detroit. Yeah, he fought a guy from Detroit. But we got a lot of great fighters in DC, man. But I want to see Terrence Crawford and Spence fight. Okay, because I want the best to beat the best. That's the only way you beat the best. When my brother fought Tommy Hearns, he fought Duran, then he fought Tommy Hearns. Undisputed champ. I want to see the undisputed champ. One welterweight champion. So let it be one welterweight champion. Okay.
So listen, I want Terrence and Henry to jump back in, but I want to ask one question before I do to Mr. Leonard right here. So the problem though, right, is if you got the only issue here is everybody want to see Terrence Crawford versus Spence, right? Yeah, right. Everybody want to see that fight, but the thing is that okay, so if it was so tough to make a fight, with one fighter, right? Is it going to be as easier when you already were fighting a legend and it already took some time to make that fight, right? Is it going to be easier with somebody that doesn't even promote themselves or because you're on different sides of the street and all that? That's the whole problem right now. It's the whole problem with boxing is that they're not just talking behind the scenes. With social media, they keep on airing out all the back end business that we never heard of before. All the negotiations and stuff like that we never heard of before because it was just TV and they had to travel over to Los Angeles to go on this network and travel over here to go on that network and give an interview, go to CNN and give an interview over there just to hype themselves up. Now we got social media and everybody's just throwing too much information out there that's diluting, what's going on with these guys,
Yeah, but the main thing is the money. They negotiate the money. I mean, that's the main thing. I guarantee they'll fight each other. They know they can make about 50 million, 100 million, So that's the name of the game. You know, they keep holding on until they get asked and get what they want. You know, so it's about that money thing. You know.
All right, so I'm gonna pass it off to any one of y'all, Terrence, Bunch
Yeah.
Bay.
So I want to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to take the round and go back and get Bunch to really expound on that amateur the amateur straights as far as just boxing here in the DMV and then going into the Air Force and going all over the world, knocking heads off.
You know, I ran into a coach in Madison, Wisconsin, right? And his name was Cooper. Cooper was his name.
Yeah.
And he asked me, he said, man, look, what you can do since you have a problem with taking care of yourself, you can just join the military and we'll take care of you and you can box for our team. So I said, oh, that sounds good. He said, yeah. And the gentleman that was in my room was Clinton Jackson. I was sharing a room with him.
Once they don't know Clinton Jackson.
Yeah, Clinton Jackson. So he raised the window up. You know, when we slept with the window open, and I had no idea that I was gonna get sick and catch a cold from just the window, the air coming in that night. And when they examined me the next morning, they said, Mr. Bunch Bay, you cannot fight. You got the flu. I said, oh man, I bust out crying. I said, man, this is my first time on TV. I ain't never fought on TV. I was so excited. Please let me fight, please. Oh, they see me crying and everything. So then they took a second thought. They said, well, I tell you what, we're gonna let you fight. If we see you getting hurt, we're gonna stop the fight. You agree with that? I said, I agree. And sure enough, I fought and the fight, and the guy caught me with a wild left hook, dropped me, put me on the ground. But I got back up, and I think I beat him. I was throwing the rod. You remember that fight? I got back up. It was on national TV. First fight on national TV. I was jabbing him. I mean, I was jabbing like I ain't have a right hand. Hitting him everywhere.
Yeah.
I think, was you there, Roger? I'm not sure. But
no, I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Yeah, and I heard the people say, man, you got that, man. You got that bunch. You came back. You came back. But when he dropped me, it gave that was like the first round. He dropped me. They gave the judges a real round of appraisal. You know what I mean? Impression, the way he dropped me. Because it was I was leaning back like Muhammad Ali does, and he caught me with a wild left hook. Blam! Sent me flying over in the corner.
Did he hurt you much?
No, he hurt me. I got right back up. But look, they showed that they showed that was kept showing that on national ABC, Wild World of Sport. They kept showing that knockdown, how pretty it was, and I seen it over and over, and man, it just took all the steam out of me. I think he won a split decision. I got up and whooped him after that. All he had was he was just swinging wild, and I got caught with it, and that was a learning process for me. You know what I mean? Learn that don't run from the punch, step to him, and keep your hands up, and you can survive it. You know, but if you run from it, you're gonna get caught at the end of it, and that's what happened. I got caught at the end of it, hit me on the chin, and I went flying. Blam! That was a learning process right there.
A 10-8 round, Bunch. You know, when you get knocked down, you lost that round. I mean,
right. But still, in the judge's eyes, you know what I mean? Because he was from Puerto Rico. In the judge's eyes, they kept holding that for all 3 rounds. All them little jabs I did, punches I thrown.
Yes.
It didn't look up or it didn't come to the equivalence of how that knockout was. You know, knocked down.
Right.
They gave him a split decision. I said, "Oh man, you know." And if they show that on TV again today, it's on Wild World of Sports. Wild World of Sports, and that was impressive right there. Then from that point, I came back and I met with Roger. I told Roger what was going on and everything, so he immediately said, "Okay, Bunch, yeah, I'm gonna join." Signed up, and he went signed up. And then when I came back to the Bergs, I think we flew back together. No, he Roger went to hit on me because Roger was in
already.
3 weeks. Yeah, you was already there. 3 weeks of basic training. We had to go through basic training together. So when I got back from no, I went overseas. That's right. I went overseas. That fight was on TV. Then Roger went into service right then, right after I talked to him when I came back. Then when I came back, Derek Holmes and Sugar Ray Leonard and we went to Poland.
Yeah.
We flew over to Poland and we fought in 4 different cities. We had amateur fights, so we was getting ready for the Olympics. We had getting experience for the Olympics. We fought in 4 different cities in Poland. And then I came back. When I came back then, I went back to the military. When I went back to Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas, Roger was already there.
Were those cities in Poland, were those like on base or off base?
That was in Poland. Off base. It was in Poland, the country of Poland.
Them Polish dudes, them Polish dudes are tough, man. Them Polish dudes are tough. Yeah, and that's why I asked. Because, when you do something on bases with other Americans, right? But when you do it off base, it's like with those people from that country. So that's why I wanted to clarify for the crowd. Man.
Right. We were actually in Poland. We was in Poland, and then when we was going from city to city, they had a plane. They had this old plane. One time it was straight down. It was diving. It was diving like it was going to crash. Yeah, it was man. All of a sudden, everybody was screaming on the plane, and the pilot pulled it out. He pulled it out and straightened it up. Oh man, we said, oh Lord, have mercy.
But guys, we talked about this today. The best Olympic team, I would say, 1984 when they had Sweet Pea, Pernell Whitaker, Meldrick Taylor, Tyrell Briggs, Holyfield, and they had another guy named Mark Breland. But the 76 team, they had 3.
Let me get this in, Roger. Let me get this in right here. Look, that was when we went to Poland. That was in 1974, wasn't it? 74, 75. And our plane went there. 75, yeah. Our plane went down like that, and they pulled it back up, and we were safe. But that same plane, because they do that every 4 years. Every 4 years, they send a team over there. The next 4 years, they send that team over there, and the same plane, they use the same plane, and the plane crashed and killed everybody. Killed all the coaches and everything. The same coaches after Sarge Johnson.
Sarge Johnson.
All the coaches, man. I can't believe they did that. They used the same plane, and the plane crashed this time. Killed everybody. That scared me, man. Oh man, just to think about that, man, because we all went through there. Because Ray Leonard, Derek Holmes, Heidi, the Spinks brothers, Howard Davis, Aaron Pryor. All of us was on that plane.
But these guys don't know about Howard Davis and Aaron Pryor and all that. These guys are not boxing.
The audience know. The audience know. The people in the audience know, Roger.
They ain't never heard of me. They ain't never heard of Roger the Dodger. But let me tell y'all, in 1976, they had 3 sets of brothers. They had the Spinks brothers, the Leonard brothers, and the Curry brothers, Bruce Curry and Donald Curry.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? You remember that bunch?
Yeah, I remember Bruce Curry, Donald Curry.
You remember Bruce Curry?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I remember.
He was the champion. Leon, Michael, Michael, and that was a good team back then. Matter of fact, that was a good team. We had another guy from DC. His name was Charles Mooney.
Yes, yeah. He coaches at Rockville now, right?
No, well he's in Florida. He retired and everything, but he used to have a gym in Rockville. But he's in Florida now. He's tired of boxing, man. He's been in boxing. He was saying over 50 years. Coaching and having several champions. But I think, but really, I think the '76 Olympic team was the best team ever. And they'll debate with that because the '84 team,
The Spinks brothers know me well. The Spinks brothers, because I knocked out their boy. You remember?
Yeah, they know us. Yeah.
You remember I knocked out their guy?
Who was that guy, Bunch? Who was that guy, Bunch?
What's the guy name, Roger?
Don Carbon. He was knocking everybody
Don
out.
Carbon.
Everybody. Bunch knocked him out. What round were you knocking him out, Bunch?
First round.
Oh, was it the first round?
First round, yeah.
Oh man.
First round.
Man,
That dude can hit, man. Man, that dude hit like a mule kick. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh yeah.
Hey, brothers. So we hit the 30-minute mark. Usually I drop a link at this point. Are y'all willing to answer questions from the panel at this point?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
All right, man. Because you got people that are like tuning in, and they're gonna want to talk to y'all and all that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I heard a little bit, but as far as like the difference between back in the day and the rugged style and the fighting, or every other month or every other week, and the real grit and going through stuff, even though you had an injury, you still wanted to come through, man. Some people. Though some people suffered a little more than others, but some people really capitalize off of that. So where's the balance and all that? And then also with all these belts, like there's so much confusion.
Yeah,
there's a lot of questions that people might have. So just be prepared for that if anybody pops on the link. You know what I mean? That's up to them. It's a Thursday night, but I dropped the link, so y'all can keep chopping it up. Just if I introduce somebody, just know that it's somebody that has a question from the panel and all that.
Cool. I got a question for y'all, man, because what my phone is messed up, so I'm gonna jump off real quick.
Right.
What you see a lot in the sport today is that people say, well, I can't fight him because he's my friend and yada, yada, yada. Now, I know you and a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
Me and Terrence go back.
Yeah.
Tell the truth. If you had to get in there with him, you're just getting there with him, right?
Well, if the money right, If the money right, I mean, they thought I was crazy when I said I want to fight my brother, because we was battling and just sparring, just working out. We was fighting each other, really, So I mean, why would you not get paid? They thought I was crazy when I said I'll fight Ray, because I was number 2 in the world. Ray was like number 1, but Ray was welterweight and I was a junior middleweight. But I'd have fought him for like $3 or $4 million. That was a lot of money back then. Matter of fact,
it still is.
Now.
And me and Terrence will fight for a ham sandwich, boy.
Nah. I need a little bit more than a ham sandwich.
Terrence, he needs some cheese too.
I need a little bit more than just a ham sandwich.
Yeah,
Hey, Terrence, you put some cheese on it.
And some Miracle Whip.
They got the Williams sisters play against each other. They got basketball players and football players play against each other. So and they still brothers after this over with.
That's right.
So I mean, it's about a business, because you find a lot of boxers now. A lot of boxers are broke, man. I mean, you make $4 or $5 billion. You're supposed to have something, but hey, we didn't know how to budget our money and trusting people and things of that nature. I can name a lot of fighters that's gone broke.
Yeah. You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. Tell us how your brother got with Mike Trainer and how he managed his fight, throughout his whole career.
Well, Mike Trainer didn't know anything about boxing. He was a businessman. He was a business lawyer. But anyway, this guy named Jinx, one of Ray's coach, introduced Ray to Mike Trainer. And that's when Mike Trainer was, talked to Ray and told Ray that he gonna get these guys to support him, and Ray gonna pay him back, and then Ray could promote his own. Ray was the first guy to promote his own fights. That's why he went with Don King and this guy named Bob Arum. Ray promoted his own fight, but he paid the promoter, but he really promoted the fight. That's why now you got Money Mayweather, he promoting fights. Oscar De La Hoya promoting fights. So it's a lot of fighters promoting their own fights. Ray started that, so he trusts Mike Trainer, and Mike Trainer carried him right, because he was going to sign with Don King at one time.
Ooh, that would have been
that'd have been bad. That'd have been messed up. But Mike, got in between, and then because Mike don't know anything about boxing, but he know about the business. He know about the money. He know about it. Back then it was closed circuit. It wasn't no pay-per-view back then. It was closed circuit. So Ray made a lot of money. He was the first guy to make over 100. Matter of fact, Ray made $120 million. That was unheard of, man, because a lot of fighters, Joe Louis and all these guys, they wind up broke. So Mike really was a job. I can't believe you remember Mike Trainer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me jump over. I like history. Now, Ray was the first boxer to make $100 million.
Yeah.
Now, Now, a bunch, talk about all the people that you trained and all that bunch.
Yo, can y'all hear me real quick?
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing. When he said closed circuit, man, you remember they used to have the illegal boxes and they used to send a bullet to disrupt the service in the middle of the main fight. Hey man, that's how I got into boxing. My grandmother had like the whole neighborhood in the house. Okay, I'm talking about people standing up in the kitchen. They were standing up all around the living room. The kids were sitting down, and that was the main event. And then we had the person that installed the illegal box in the house, just in case we got one of them bullets, to fix it real quick so we could watch the fight.
What year you talking about? What year was this? What year you talking about?
This I'm talking about like 1988, 1987, around there.
Oh man,
yeah.
Man.
That's back in the day, right? That's
That's back in the day.
We had the tricolor. Remember the big TV that was on the floor that looked like a whole desk area. You know what I'm talking about? It only had 3 colors. Yeah. It only had like five shows or whatever. Yeah. I just wanted to let you know about that, man. But go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Major, that's when TV used to go off at 12 o'clock.
At 12 o'clock.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
If you heard the damn Star Spangled Banner, you knew it wasn't shit coming on in the morning news.
That's when a little kid would be a badass on the streets, then come home to their grandmother and then had to change your clothes just like Mr. Roger. And you know what I'm saying? Watch Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, watch some Sesame Street, do their homework, and get your ass to sleep. That's all it was.
Yeah.
You know? But hey, man, salute to Boxing Logic United in the building as well. So go ahead and continue, and then I want my man Myron to jump in as well. And Mark, you more than welcome as well. I see you in the chat.
Yeah, Bunch. Go ahead and talk about the people that you work with and you trained, Bunch.
Okay, the most significant fighter that I worked was Wim Joppy. He became world champion, right? And then I worked with Sean Bay Mitchell a little bit, and I worked with Pepe Correa.
Pepe Correa, yes, yeah.
Pepe Correa taught me how to be a trainer. He's my main man. And who else I worked? I worked with
but you worked with my brother,
Andrew. Oh yeah, I worked. Well, yeah, I wasn't really the trainer, but I worked, sparring mainly with Ray, But the guys I have trained Andrew Maynard. I have trained and
tell them who Andrew Maynard is, Bunch. He's a gold medal winner.
Right, Andrew Maynard is a gold medal winner, and he's
from C Pleasant. Yeah, from C Pleasant, won the gold light heavyweight championship. Yeah.
Right. And who else? That's all I can think of right now that I train with, But
you didn't.
Go ahead.
You didn't
You
train.
had a couple of dudes. You had a couple of dudes you ain't missing. Andrew Jackson, big ass.
I trained. They never made it. I trained with the big what's the big guy name? I had him running through the woods.
Andrew Jackson.
No. But I thought you trained Michael Bent. I thought you trained Henry Tillman. I thought because Ray that's the team Ray had. You remember Pappy Go. So I think you was with us, Bunch. What you?
Yeah, I don't remember those guys.
Okay. So, okay.
What's this guy name? This guy, I forgot his name, man.
Where's he from?
He's from DC. He's from DC, man. He was a heavyweight.
Joey Ballard, is he dead?
No, he's still living. Young boy. He was a young boy. He went to college. He had a great opportunity to be a good fighter.
That was Andrew Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Andrew Jackson.
Okay. I don't remember.
The big boy from over Southeast we had, Bunch.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Oh, that's his name,
Southeast in the house.
Southeast.
And Northeast, baby.
Andrew Jackson. Yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah, that's the one that went out. That's the one that went up George Mason and fought on whose car was that he fought on? And he just came out that joint like swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
God damn it, are we boxing or we goddamn playing baseball? Everything.
Let my boy Myron jump in here, man, because Myron is from the DMV area over there, and he know a lot of what he do.
I'm DC all day.
Longer than me. Yeah.
Palmer Park.
Hey, I'm gonna try to connect some ties real quick. Mr.
Okay.
Roger Leonard,
Yes,
how are you, sir?
I'm fine. Who is this?
This is Myron Lyles. Are you older than Kenny or younger than Kenny Leonard?
I'm younger than Kenny. Kenny is 51. I'm 68.
Nah.
How you know Kenny? Well, you know Kenny
Okay,
from?
hey. Then I'm just gonna connect the family ties because I said on the channel quite a bit, and it was a long time ago, but you might not know. You know JT Wilson?
No.
You remember the name of JT Wilson, Ernestine Wilson?
They box?
Well, no.
I hope Ernestine wasn't boxing.
They play volleyball.
Not at all.
Okay.
Do you know the name Pierre Lyles?
I know Michael Lyles. He's a
okay,
lawyer.
Pierre Lyles, Ernestine Wilson. You are, but okay. You remember JT Wilson had a daughter, and Ray Leonard used to date way back in the day before.
Oh, what you trying to say there, Mr. Lyles?
Wow.
Somebody owes you some diapers.
I'm just telling you, my granddad used to throw the fight parties for your brother, Ray Leonard.
Somebody called Maury Povich.
We lived over there. We lived over there, 5048 10th Street, Northeast. My grandma's Ernestine Wilson.
Ernestine Wilson. I got to ask Ray. Ray
Man, Myron out here looking for some child support, man. Get out of here, man.
It wasn't me.
I thought it wasn't me. Somebody owe me some goddamn diapers.
It wasn't blood. JT married my grandmother, Ernestine Wilson. Right. I had two uncles. My mom had first daughter's Jacqueline Lyles, a pretty thing. Right. Then my uncle Tommy, Terry, and Pierre. And Sam, well, Pierre was the oldest. My mother, Pierre, Tommy, Terry, and Sam.
I got to see him. I mean, about
it was a long time ago.
Yeah. What you talking about?
I've been a kitty, but my uncle made artificial rock and water design, man-made waterfalls.
Oh yeah.
James Pierre Lyles. So that don't ring a bell to you.
No, it don't ring a bell.
Well, because I went to Kenny Leonard's house. I never met you, but I met Kenny quite a bit. And Ray came to our house way back in the day after he won the Olympics.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. You talking about 76, 77, man.
A little bit later. Yeah, just before he went pro.
Oh, okay.
And it's a picture of him holding me in the joint. So actually, it's real talk. So ask Ray about Ernestine Wilson. What about, because Ray Leonard dated a woman named, was it Juanette?
Juanita?
Juanita was his wife now, right?
Right. No. Well, his wife back in the day. He got a
right. Before her, I'm gonna call my uncle again now, but he dated this girl before her. That was my step grandfather's daughter. And so we threw all the house parties. And I was really a baby at one of them when y'all came at our house, and y'all had a ball out in Northeast. We talking about South Dakota Avenue, Fort Totten area.
Oh yeah. Man.
Yeah. Around, not far from Catholic University and all that.
Right. But
yeah.
When you talk about date, man, my brother had 1,000 women, man.
Well, I'm sure at that time. Yeah. I guess it was really it'd be fuzzy to you. Yeah. But hey, man, you was absolutely right about Ray Leonard was one of the ones who I pushed. I read that a long time ago and knew that Ray Leonard never signed to Top Rank. They used Top Rank and Bob Arum to help promote the fights. Right, he was by himself. Yeah. And I tell people all the time, Floyd Mayweather took the book from Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah. I mean,
not new this in boxing. There's nothing new.
All the other guys, they've been, because see, Don King and Bob Arum, they was, beating a lot of people out their money, So when Ray started that, everybody followed Ray, Yeah.
I think he beat the cats who didn't have nothing to lose out there money. I think the smarter cats who had a good foundation, he beat. He was really straight up with him. It seemed like.
Yeah.
Hey, Roger, yes. Why don't you tell the audience the story about how your brother made history again in boxing? He's the only fighter that fought for two different weight class belts in one night. Remember, he fought for 168. Yeah.
168 and 100 and
At 75 pounds when he fought Donnie Lalonde.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, Ray told me that
Tell him how he worked that deal out.
Every punch. Well, Donnie Lalonde, he got like $1 million more than my brother because he was a champ.
Okay.
So he got $1 million more. And plus the weight class, he had to come down to like 168, something like that.
Yeah, that was a catchweight fight. That was the catchweight fight.
Yeah, and so when you talk about millions, man, hey.
Right, but Roger, I heard a story about that. I heard that Ray had some weights in his shoes just to make weight. Is that true?
No.
That's what I heard, brother. That's what I heard.
No, man, no. I think Ray weighed about at the most 162 pounds, if that much. Yeah. So, but that was a tough fight for my brother, man. Ray said every punch Donnie Lalonde threw hurt him. That fight and Roberto Duran, the first Roberto Duran, every punch seemed like he had something in his glove. But Ray was really hurt with that fight, and y'all probably never heard of this guy named Marcus Geraldo, And these guys, the one that hurt Ray. Tommy Hearns didn't hurt Ray the first fight. Marvin Hagler didn't hurt Ray because Marvin Hagler was knocking everybody out. He was knocking everybody out. And he wanted to knock my brother out, man. But Ray trained so hard for this fight. Ray wanted this fight,
Okay. Now, Roger, it's been a lot of talk about that Hagler fight now. That he actually beat Hagler before they got to the ring because he set the ring size, the green, the type of gloves, the length of the fight, and all that. And he saw that Hagler was slipping before he got in the ring with him. So tell that story.
Well, see, Ray said he wanted 15 feet ring. No, Marvin said no, I wanted 17. So what Marvin
ended up getting a 20-foot ring.
Ray wanted 17, so Ray said 15. Ray said he wanted Everlast. Marvin said no, I want Riaz. Ray said I want 15 rounds. Marvin said no, I want 12 rounds. So Ray got what he wanted. And so that and then plus Marvin made a couple $1 million more than my brother.
Yeah,
I heard that was all set up. I heard that was all set up by Ernestine and Pierre Lyles, bro. Ernestine and Pierre Lyles set that up.
Pierre Lyles.
I don't know.
Ernestine and JT Wilson.
Yeah.
Hey, wait! They from over there off of South Dakota, over there by Calvin University.
I gave him
a playing with you, Myron. I love seeing Myron.
Hey, if you say those names to Ray, if he was like, yeah, I do know those.
Ray don't remember. I'm telling you, man. I swear, man.
So don't say Ray is punch drunk now. Don't be telling on him.
Majority of the time, I was with my brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Parties and stuff, man. But if we're gonna party like basketball players, football players, boxers,
Hey, Butch, you got any stories you want to share, man? You want to jump in here and share some of your stories, Bunch?
Okay, where we at? My memory a little slow. Help me out, Roger. Bring me in.
No, you know what? Tell her, man. You ever work with a Winky Wright Bunch?
Winky Wright? No, I never worked with Winky Wright. We just crossed paths. That's all. Never worked with him.
Mr. Leonard.
We can hear you, Roger. Okay, he gonna come back on.
Oh, he dropped. Yeah. Let me see. But some big amateur fights, man. I had a big amateur fight. I was fighting this guy named Percy Taylor, right? And when I went to, we was fighting him at Calamama Road. It was 16th and Calamama Road. This is an amateur fight. And when I walked in the ring, I see this guy crossing the corner, big dude. I said, man, this guy, tell you no way this guy can weigh 156 after I'm struggling to get to 156. And I was skinny as a toothpick. You know what I mean? The guy on the corner, man, was, thick. And so when I was on the way to going to the fight, Roger said, Bunch, you fighting him, man? He said, man, he a bad motherfucker, man. What you doing fighting him? And I said, man, it's too late now. They walking me to the ring. You know what I mean? I got the gloves on, everything. Next thing you know, I'm in the ring. The bell rung. Bing. I'm on my toes. I'm doing the Ali, jabbing. And the guy couldn't touch me. I know I was winning the fight because he never hit me with anything. And everybody was hollering, body shot, catch him, person with hit him to the body. So the last round, he caught me with a body shot, and it was the bell was going to ring because they gave it like a 10-minute count, 10 seconds left in the fight. So the referee walks up to me and crossed his hand out, cut to stop the fight. I said, man, what the? You remember that, Roger?
Yeah, you beat him. You beat him. They stopped it.
Yeah, and they stopped the fight. And then 20 years later, 20 years later, they told me that what's the name? What's the guy name? Pepe Galt cheated. That the guy was overweight. 20 years later, they tell me this.
Now, Butch, you ever work with Too Sharp or Chop Chop?
He worked with Chop Chop.
I worked with Chop Chop. Chop Chop was in the gym when I was in the gym with Joppy at around that time, right? Chop Chop was in round one on what street was that? That's
round one was a House of Champions back in the day.
Right. I was about to talk about. Yes, it was. I was about to mention a round one.
Round one.
Yeah, on Richie Road. It was on Richie Road at that time.
Yeah.
Because Adrian had quite a few gyms. And Chop Chop was in. Chop Chop grew up with us, with Joppy and I. And I'm not sure if they sparred, but we went around.
Joppy was too small.
They too small. Yeah, but Joppy went around working everywhere with everybody, man. He did a lot of traveling with Joppy. You know what I mean? Joppy was the man, like that, world champion. And Joppy and I used to run this place called Greenbelt Park. Man, oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
6 miles of hill. We was in the woods.
Woo!
I mean, the trail, man. It take me 60 minutes to run it. 60 minutes, 1 hour. Yeah, I used to do it every day, and I used to do it on my birthday. Make sure I do it on my birthday so I can make it to the next birthday. Oh man, that run was something else, man. And that run will get you ready for your wife or your girlfriend.
Yeah. You say it took you 60 minutes to run that hill?
Yeah,
it might take me 60 days to get up that damn hill.
Hey, how about this was a little hole in the wall off of 8th Street, but how many good boxers came out of Finley's gym?
I started in Philly. That's where I started at.
Yeah. I came up in Philly's.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Who came up in Philly? What's your name? Where you at?
You got Johnny Gann.
My uncle. I came up with my uncle Thomas Wilson, boxed out of Philly's gym, but my uncle Enoch Wilson boxed out of round one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But Philly had a lot of fighters.
I grew up in Philly, man.
I came from Philly. This is the 80s and 90s, early 90s, where there was more prevalent. Right. Strong, of course, for most people don't know. But yeah, I just going to. I be in Philly because I lived at 6 and K.
Oh wow!
After we left, after me, my mom and brother left there, and we moved to 6 and K, so it was a walk away.
Oh, okay.
I was in the Phillies in the late 60s and the early 70s.
Philly's gym got a lot of
That old small all the fighters up in there.
Yeah, old school. It was old school.
That's the best gym, man. You want a gym like that so you can't run away. You're gonna fight. If you're gonna box, you go to Finley gym because that gym is small and you got to rumble. You got to
let me get these guys, man. That these deceased guys that was in Philly, get them some life, man. With Avon Little, Tim Blue Walker,
Johnny Gann.
Johnny Gann, he's still living.
Rolling Pride.
CJ Facing.
CJ Facing.
Rolling Pride, CJ Facing. Who else?
Hey, Bunch, you box all these guys?
I boxed all of them. All of them, man. That's before I came to Mr. Jacobs' gym.
Hey,
overhand right. I got it from. Go ahead.
Hey, but you ever cross paths, with Mr. Mackey from Baltimore?
Oh,
yeah. Mac, what's his name? Mac.
He trained Petway. He trained the heavyweight.
Petway. He trained Rock.
Yeah. Take Joppy to Baltimore to work with.
He trained Marvin McDowell too.
Yeah. Who is Marvin McDowell? I ain't never heard of Marvin McDowell.
Yeah, you have. Umar boxing in Baltimore.
Yeah.
The McDowell fight.
He was a fight. He's a trainer now.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, they got a
What's his
fighter
name?
now. They got a
Mr. Mac.
fighter
What's
now in
Mr. Mac
Baltimore
name?
named. They got a fighter named Javante Davis. Is a bad boy. That boy
Tank,
bad.
Tank.
Yeah, Tank. But I don't
What?
know what if he move up in class. I don't know. So he's good at his weight class, but he gonna move up. And,
Who does he remind you of, Roger? You know, Aaron Pryor.
Baby Mike Tyson, Aaron Pryor a little bit. Because he got a little boxing ability. He could fight inside. He could take a punch. He could knock you out with one punch. So his ring IQ is good. Is off the hook. He's fast, and if he hurts you, he's a killer. Because if he hurts you, the fight is over. So I mean, rating him, man, he's top of the line. But I want to see him fight somebody like, I don't know if y'all ever heard of this guy named Lomo Chico. Okay.
Yeah, I heard of Lomo
He fight
Chico.
Lomo Chico. Yeah. Lomo Chico is a bad boy, man. Lomo Chico had 15 fights. He won 3 titles with 15 fights.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, he's awesome. So if he beat Lomo Chico and then go up in weight class and fight Crawford. See, the best man got to beat the best man in order to be the best man. So
you know what, Roger? Those fights are never going to happen, man, because too much politics in boxing now.
It's the politics.
Don't say never, Troy. Don't say never. Come on, Troy.
Yeah, Troy. Don't say never. Please don't.
He spoke. God damn, Troy.
Hey, Troy.
Troy is a bearer of bad news up here.
Let me say something. If somebody offer you're a boxer and your brother boxer, and somebody offer you $10 million to fight your brother, would you fight your brother? I think you would.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Y'all gonna be brothers after the fight is over. You're gonna be brothers. And about 3 years from then, and hell, y'all gonna forget about it.
He talk about the different networks and promotional companies.
Yeah.
Listen, man, Maurice Blocker and Simon fought, and they were like brothers. So I don't want to hear about the friendship.
They both got a $500,000 apiece.
But see, man, friends after the fight. $500,000, man. That was a lot of money. They could have got more than that. But Don King did that fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they could have got. They could have got a lot more than that. And
do you think they only got that? You think you only got that? How? Let me ask a question. Objective question. At that time, how popular was Maurice Blocker and Summer Brown to the boxing world?
They were the top of the game. They were the top of the game.
1 to 10.
Let me say 6, 7, because they were champions. Both of them were world champions.
I knew all of them.
They were world champions. I think to the boxing world, not to the public, but the boxing world.
Right, the mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Simon was at the top of his game, and so was Reese.
Man, Simon was awesome. Simon was good. But
okay. Now, Roger, Roger, now I heard a story again. It's another one of them stories I heard.
Go ahead.
Right, that fight with Terry Norris was actually supposed to be Simon, and not Terry Norris fighting Ray.
No, because Ray asked for Terry Norris.
Okay.
And this guy named Michael Ward. Michael Ward hit my brother in the body and fractured his ribs. Ray see, my brother ain't gonna come with no excuse. He ain't gonna say no excuse. But he was hurt, man. His side, they stuck him with some Novocaine before the fight, and he said it kind of wore off like the 3rd round. And man, every time Terry Norris hit him, man, he hurt him, man. Ray, and especially with Hector Camacho. My brother last fight was Hector Camacho.
Yeah. I don't even count that, man. I don't even count it.
I know, but the money, man.
No, I agree.
Yeah, and Ray got hurt. His leg. He kind of like sprained his leg, but he ain't gonna say nothing about that. They shot him with some Novocaine, and it wore off in like the 3rd or 4th round. So but Ray was gone anyway. That was it for him. You
said something that was very important there about your brother didn't make no excuses.
No, he
the fighters today.
He didn't say that he lost.
It seems like sometimes the fighters today can make some excuses. The most recently one against Pacquiao. That was really bad in the past if you made excuses. So what do you think of fighters right now making excuses sometimes if they lose? Even those who are great.
But they're gonna say something like I was out of shape or my arm was hurting and all that. Man, you lost the fight. You shouldn't have fought. You shouldn't, what I mean? So you got a guy. Now look at Duran. Duran was the best fighter out there, man. He quit. And hey, man, that thing took me for a loop. I was shocked. It took me for a loop, man. Somebody like Duran, that's just like Mayweather stopping and quitting in the eighth round.
Oh, that was interesting. Hold on. That was interesting. Now I got to jump in on this one because nowadays, you get a lot of these channels that don't really know that they like try to exclude Duran. Like it's like, nah, y'all must forgot one of the best lightweight champions, if not the like of all time. And I'm glad you said that because you are the brother of Sugar Ray Leonard. You see what I'm saying? What do the rest of you gentlemen think? For just in case I got to bring out this little clip here and let them know the people that were actually there. They said Duran was not one of the best of all time. Are you crazy?
Oh no!
Well, who would say that? Who the hell said that, Major?
Most of the young fans nowadays are just fans of Mayweather say that nonsense.
Yeah. You know who the channels are. I'm not even gonna mention Unboxing Logic United.
I've never even heard them channels say that.
Oh yeah, trust me.
I ain't really hear nobody say that. But Duran was the lightweight champion.
That's ridiculous.
He was the welterweight champion. He was the junior middleweight champion. He was the middleweight champion. He won 4 belts. 4 belts, man. You know, you got to put him in the same category. Y'all probably never heard this guy named Henry Armstrong. Henry Armstrong won 3 titles at the same time. You know, they don't do that now. But you know, so Duran always gonna be in the top 10, always.
Yeah. Well, so in equivalent of that, I put
Mayweather in the top 10. I put Mayweather in the top 10.
Duran went up 5 weight classes from 135 to 160.
Right. And he won all the belts. So I mean, he beat Broccoli.
Let me say this about Duran. Duran, when the first fight when he fought Ray, he was hungry. And he got a nice payday. He got a big payday. And he went and got fat. He went and got fat, ate and everything, spoiling and all over the place. He wanted to concentrate on that second fight. That's why he quit.
He was known for that.
He didn't even train. He didn't even train properly because the money spoiled him. You know what I mean? And that happened to another fight. I can't recall the name. Money will spoil you and make you don't work as hard. You know what I mean?
He was known as a partier.
Duran didn't put it in there. That's why he quit. He didn't have enough energy in there. He quit because he got fat. He got fat off money.
Nobody know why he quit.
And that's why Ray Leonard one of the immediate he left. That's why they knew Duran was a partier. Yeah. And after the fight, he go balls ham, the girls, the food, whatever. Right. That's why that rematch was scheduled immediately right after that, like 4 months later.
Right. Yeah. You're a smart guy, man. You smart.
Right. I got a question for y'all, Roger and Bunch, right? Why do you train that hard as a fighter, to get to the top, and then you allow money to spoil you in the first place? Why?
Because
you've been making $5,000, $6,000. Then you start making $1 million, $2 million. Come on, man. We ain't never had that kind of money.
Right.
So they're gonna go party, women, buy cars, buy houses, give people money. This is not like a basketball player, football player. At least they got a little bit of sense in terms of going to see. Majority of the boxers, we come from what? The hood.
Right.
So we nobody told us how to invest our money. Then they told my brother how to invest his money. Ray bought some apartments and things of that nature. But like Joppy had nobody to tell him how to spend his money.
Yeah, that's true.
Sean Ray, and they made millions, man. So money will spoil you, man. If you know what to do with it. You got to know how to. You got to know how to invest it.
That's right.
That's right. You on tonight, man.
We want to buy a car. We want to buy a Mercedes, mink coat, diamonds, and all that stuff, man. And after you buy it, the price is gonna go down when you buy a $200,000 Rolls Royce or something like that. It's gonna go down when you drive on the lot.
Yeah.
Coast, diamond ring.
Right. Yeah. You know what, Roger and Bunch? Me and Sean Bay, I think about close in age. He used to come to the gym in a Lexus coupe, man. I'll always remember that Lexus coupe he had. And that was in Laurel. That was a gym in Laurel.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all
Yeah,
not
because
gonna believe this, man. Y'all not gonna believe this. But my man Bunch had a business. Shit, Bunch was a goddamn millionaire. His company was making a couple $1 million a year. You
Hell
know?
yeah.
And Bunch, he
Yeah.
invests right, but the economy went down, man. And you know, he lost some houses and stuff, man. But Bunch a bad boy. And his daughter, you know.
Yeah.
She told him how to
Yeah.
invest
what you
his
used to
money.
do,
So,
Bunch? Why don't you? I mean, you care to share that
Selling
story?
office supplies. Yeah, let me
office
share that.
supplies,
You
man.
know, look, I came up, man. I was coming from incarceration. You know what I mean? I went in and did my time and learned how, taking notes while I was in there. The older guys have told me, man, they say, Bunch, when you come home, man, you got to move. Do not go back and live in Southeast. Or you're going to do the same. You'll end up back here.
Ooh.
Who told you that,
Man,
Bunch? Who told you that?
the older guys that was incarcerated with me.
Okay.
They said,
Sir,
man,
sir,
look,
Mr. Bunch. Mr. Bunch,
yeah,
what part of Southeast are you from?
Shit, Bunch from all over DC.
Willow Road, Alabama, Congress Heights.
Okay, got you. I'm at Minnesota, Pennsylvania right now.
Okay.
So
yeah. That's rough
So
over
he'll
there.
pass
Yeah, you
over there
better
by
up the street for me.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is, listen, y'all better not go nowhere because I just invited somebody y'all mentioned a couple of times, man. I just hit him up. He said he coming on here.
I was born in 16th and V Street.
16th and
16th
B
and
off
D.
Minnesota Avenue.
No, 16th and V right there by Good Hope Road.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. You
Oh
over
yeah.
that way
Oh
now?
shit.
That's
That's
where
the
you grew up
hood.
at.
I know who's coming on,
Hey,
y'all.
I stayed in
I used to work at that McDonald's right there. I used to
Hey,
Nah, wait and see, wait and see, wait.
Yeah, I was right. Remember right up the street from Frederick Douglass' house?
That's
Right,
the McDonald's. Hey,
Right.
Bunch, that's a McDonald's. They turned it to a laundromat.
right,
Yes.
exactly.
yeah.
In the arcade right there on the corner across the street, right there by the liquor store.
Yeah, all
Right,
that shit
right.
closed down now with a bunch of junkies in front of it.
Yeah.
I'm
Absolutely.
trying to think.
I got two apartment buildings around there. I got one on 16th and Galen and one on 18th and T. So I'm in that. I ride through there all day, every day.
My man.
Bunch had
My man.
apartment. Bunch had apartment on Mars Road. He just sold
Yeah,
it.
he had two. He had a dual unit. I used to manage it for him.
Oh, did
Yeah,
you?
that's right.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's what's up.
Man, I'm telling you,
Yeah,
man,
but
Bunch
look,
smart guy, man.
Bunch the one that got me in the property like that.
but look, man, I'm telling you, in that warehouse, man, I
Watch that
started
out.
in my house. I started that in an apartment. I
Business
was
in
in
the
an
house.
apartment.
I remember Bunch.
Remember the apartment, Roger, right down the street from
man.
Ray's apartment on Houston
Yeah.
Avenue.
Yeah.
That's where I started the business. And the 2-bedroom apartment, I had paper all inside that apartment. And the business, Bill Clinton was in office at the time. The economy was growing. The economy was booming. Bill Clinton is the only president that left office with a surplus. That's how good the economy was right at that time. All you had to do was put an effort out there. And man, I came out, I started making deliveries, and I learned from the people that I was working from, learn how to do the business, learn how to sell office supplies. And when they fired me, that was the best thing they could have done. They fired me, and I
tell you what you're missing out on, brothers. I tell you what y'all missing out on. All three of y'all, right? Podcasting, man. Y'all should get involved in podcasting. And I know a podcast that could use your knowledge to, but we'll talk about that over here. But Bunch, Bunch, why don't you tell us about the fights that you work with Ray with, man? The fights you got him ready for.
Hey, Troy, can I have one question real quick for him?
Yeah. Go ahead,
my apologies. I was going to ask you more about boxing history. You say you went in? Did you go to Lorton?
Yeah, I went to Lorton, Hagerstown, you name it. Yeah, Baltimore Penitentiary. Was all over the place.
Let's talk about you got like Tony Fortune that was up in there.
Oh yeah,
Tony Fortune.
My man.
So you had a lot of cats that used to box up there and out of Lorton that was really going hard. Who was some of the best boxers you ran into?
Percy Taylor. I fought him on the street. And he was one of the best. He ran the gym. I fought Percy Taylor twice. I fought him twice. Okay. Yeah. And who else? Pretty Willie.
I beat Pretty Willie.
Yeah, Roger Fort,
Blue Walker, Avon Little, What's the other guy name?
How good were some of the fighters in Lorton that you fought? Could they ever win pro?
Yeah,
no, they never went pro.
I said, could they? I mean, could they?
Went pro,
could they ever win pro?
Avon Little went pro.
Oh yeah, Avon Little and Wilbur Cruz.
CJ Faison went pro.
And these all cats that came through Lorton.
Yeah, all the guys came through Lorton. Yep.
Yeah, Wilbur Cruz.
Lorton boxing was serious.
Oh man, you had to fight. You had to fight back then.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, you had to fight back then.
Yeah. Yes. And man, look, getting back to the business part of it, man. You have to learn how to spend money. You have to know how to invest your money. You know what I mean? And it depends on the economy. What president is in here and what the president's mission. Now, every time the Republicans get in there, the economy goes to a recession. Have y'all noticed that? They always they want to start a war. Like George Bush started a war. Right. He started that war. And the door.
You got an echo, Bunch. I'm hearing echo.
Yeah,
I can hardly hear you, Bunch.
I'm too close to it then.
Yeah. Okay.
What about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
yes, sir.
George Bush had this company called what this company called? That sold stuff to the military. I forgot their name, but sold stuff to the military, man, and drained the economy. And man, and they started that housing. The housing market blew up. Y'all remember that in 2008?
George, you talking about George Bush and David, the company George Bush and
Cheney? Enron.
Yeah, all of them.
Y'all talking about Enron. It was called Enron.
Dick Cheney and George Bush. Yeah,
Enron was the building.
Hey, Bunch, do you remember when I went in your office? I went in your office one day. You had a check on the table for $75,000. You said you forgot to put it in the bank. I couldn't believe that shit. $75,000. I know you were making money then. I said, damn.
I got a question for y'all, man. Both you and Roger Bunch. Would you say the fighters are taking home, more of their money today or less? Because you don't see a lot of fighters now. Okay, take Ray, he was in control of his career, but you don't see a lot of fighters nowadays that are in control. So, so would you say they're taking home less of their money now because there's so many people that are in control of them?
They're taking
more money home now, and the money is spoiling them. You know what I mean? It's hard for them to get back in the gym. You know what I mean? Because they don't know how to spend. Most of the young, would you say Asiatics, they don't know how to spend the money. And then once they get it, they so happy.
But it's different now, Bunch. It's different now because like Devin Haney, he got his father working with him. His father helping him invest his money. They got Shakur Stevenson. He's a light welterweight. He got his family working with him. They got Tank Davis, Mayweather helping him make money. I mean, and know how to invest his money. So it's kind of different now.
Is he?
Because,
is he really?
They help the fighters out.
Mayweather. I don't have that.
You on mute, Myron?
I don't have that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
For the boxers who might watch this, in the future that will watch this, what is the number one place you would think, your opinion, the number one place for a boxer to invest money in, starting off the career to take care of himself after his career? The first thing you would invest in for each one of you.
Well, if I know stock, like my wife invests in stock and stuff like that, but I don't know stock. So I would say real estate, property, things of that nature. Don't buy
the first thing they need to buy themselves a house and their mother a house. They look for them a house and their mother a house. You want to take care of your mother. Put your money, invest in your moms that brought you here. Show what's it called? Show appreciation for your moms taking care of you and raising you to where you are today to help you get what you're getting today. That's where you start. Show gratitude. Give back. That's the most important thing.
But Bunch, you still want your money to work for you, So
your money, you think your money ain't working for you when you give them gratitude, give back. This way God will bless you the rest of the way. You got to get your blessings. If you don't get your blessings, you ain't gonna go nowhere. You know what I mean? You got to give back. Give back to the people that help you get to where you are so that you can continue to move forward.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, I have another question to shoot out there. Now, with all this social media and everything else they got going on now, why is it that the fighters are known less today than they were? Like we had we had the fights on TV, right? We had a wide world of sports, right?
Yeah, wide world of sports.
And and then from there, you graduate to the Showtimes and the HBOs. Yeah, but these guys got social media, they got apps, they got this, that, and the third. Why are they not known anymore? Because you can't tell me boxing doesn't have a face, does it?
Let me share
Who's the face of boxing?
Because we got too many medias. We got too many things to do. Too much distraction. You know what I mean? Everything's too much going on right now. Too much distraction. So no one can focus on the one particular. Back in the day, you had one TV and one fight. You know what I mean?
Good point. Very good point.
That's one TV.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
I ain't never look at it like that. It is part of.
Now everybody got a TV.
And then the damn pay-per-view too damn high. Shit, $80
for like a nothing fight.
That's a lot of money.
Hey, I have a messy question for you, Roger Leonard, since you got the inside scoop.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be something for the diehard fans who's watching this now.
Yeah.
Will want to hear. Why didn't we ever see Aaron Pryor versus Ray Leonard? Go ahead.
That's because he priced himself out, right?
No. Stop answering, Troy.
No. Aaron Pryor priced himself.
I'm asking Roger Leonard, Troy.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Come on now. Come with it, Roger.
Ray was
I got an answer for that too.
Come on, Uncle Roger.
Wait a minute. Ray was gonna fight Aaron Pryor. But you remember my brother in 1982, he had detached retina. Okay. So he was gonna fight Duran. He was gonna fight Pryor before that, but he got the thing because he's gonna fight a guy named Roger Staff, and then he's gonna fight Pryor. But Ray had the detached retina, so he had to retire. And then after that was it. But my brother would have knocked Pryor ass out. He would have knocked Pryor ass out.
Mr. Uncle Roger. Yeah. So you telling me you forget Roger, man. No disrespect to the dead. I take that back. But Uncle Roger, you saying it was because of the attached retina, while Sugar Ray Leonard didn't fight Aaron the Hawk Pryor?
I got a question after Myron's done. So go ahead.
They were setting it up, but it was just happened that the thing happened with Ray because Ray fought Tommy Hearns in 1981. And he was going to fight a guy named Roger Stafford. Then he was going to fight Pryor, but he got the detached retina, so he retired. He retired, and then they stopped talking about Aaron Pryor and Ray.
Right? Respect.
Yeah. Okay. But, Ray would have knocked him out.
Okay. Cool. Let me jump in here and talk to you directly now, Roger. Roger. Okay, you see I'm on camera now, right?
Right, I see.
Why didn't your brother fight my countryman? Cool. Because the deal was, after he beat whoever won in the Curry fight was supposed to fight Ray Leonard. Cool. And we know who won the Curry fight. That was Mike McCollum, which was my countryman. So how come he didn't fight my countryman? And D. Boone, you could jump in after me.
Okay, Mike McCollum is a business thing. And nobody knew about Mike McCollum. I mean, some boxing people know about it. But Mike McCollum was a danger. So they negotiate that. Mike McCollum asked, because Mike McCollum beat me as the amateur. He saw my brother.
Bont, you see that?
Hey, won't you fight me? I beat your brother Roger, and somebody beat my brother. I'll kick their ass, And Marvin Hagler didn't fight Mike McCollum. Roberto didn't fight Mike McCollum. Tommy Hearn didn't fight Mike McCollum. He was a dangerous fighter.
Very dangerous. And very dangerous. And Mike McCollum.
I don't know how Angelo picked Ray's fighters for him. Angelo said who Ray gonna fight. And you look at the guy named Junior Jackson. You probably never heard of him.
Yeah, he was on the show. He was on this show, Roger. He was on this show.
You ain't on the line with no rookies, Roger. You ain't on the line with no rookies, Uncle Roger.
Yeah, and look at this, John the Beast Mugabe. So Ray ain't fight a lot of people, but it would have came to that detached retina messed everything up. You know.
I'll be honest with you, Mr. Roger.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Troy really wished he could ask Marvin Hagler that question,
right?
But
right.
you just right here at the time, so he had to throw that on you.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Did my brother beat Marvin Hagler? Be honest.
To be honest with you, here's my honest to God opinion of it, right?
Go ahead.
I think Marvin was the aggressor, but the thing is that he let Ray take over in the last 30 seconds of every round. And that's what people were seeing. So that's why he lost the fight.
Here's the real, okay, here's
you
my
can jump in here, Boone. You could jump in.
Okay.
Okay, Ray Leonard, I watched that fight probably like 2 months ago, right?
Okay.
Ray Leonard, he was on his bicycle for those first 6 rounds.
Right.
Like my man said, he slowed down the last about 30 seconds and took those little rounds.
Right.
30 seconds,
right, 30 seconds. Boom, 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 boom. We
okay. Okay. He, as somebody else put it, he stole that fight. I thought the fight should have been a draw.
Okay.
I thought it should have been a draw.
Now, my brother won the fight.
I hate to do this.
Let me finish. Hold up. I don't mean Ray Leonard, people don't, let's put that in perspective. Ray Leonard came off a 2+ year layoff.
Right.
People don't put that in perspective.
Right.
And fought the baddest man probably over the last 60 years at 160.
He's a 60 years. God damn.
Hey, look,
the last 60 years.
Hey, Myron, hold on, because I hate to do
this. The man the last 60 years before him at 160. Marvin Hagler is arguably the greatest middleweight of all time.
Hold on, because I know Roger want to respond, right? I know Roger want to respond, and I want him to respond, but we gotta at least let Boom Man come in. Yo, Boom Man, what's going on, brother? You there?
He's on mute. Go ahead, Roger.
Hey, Boom Man, you on mute? There you go.
He's there now.
Hey, Roger.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let Boom Man respond. He just came off of mute. There you go.
Okay, cool. Because I was gonna call Mike McCollum, man, see if you want to talk to him. No. You know, I'm actually serious.
Yeah. Hey man, when I said my internet went bad, man, my internet went bad, so I didn't even know if Joppy showed up or not. But I called Joppy and I told him that y'all was out here mentioning his name, and he said he was gonna pop up. But man, I don't even know because my internet went dry for like 15 minutes, man. So yeah, man. But Boom Man just left. Shit.
Okay, Dag. Well, I'm gonna call them both, and I'm gonna call Joppy, and I'm gonna call Mike McCollum.
Right, so Roger, respond to my round then. Go ahead, Roger. Do your thing, man.
Yeah, what was I saying?
Man, you was about to respond to what Myron just said.
I just said I thought it should have been a draw.
Okay. That could be a draw. Like when my brother fought Tommy Hearns the second time, Ray said he lost the fight. He said, man, with no draw, I lost the fight. He gonna be his propers. You know, he gonna be honest. Nobody gonna say, man, you won the fight. But my brother said Tommy Hearns won the fight. But he beat Marvin Hagler, man.
He did do that. Yes, he did that.
Marvin was knocking out everybody. I was shocked that my brother, this guy named Quincy Taylor, knocked my brother out in the gym, sparring, getting ready for Tommy Hearns. Getting ready for Marvin Hagler. Nobody knew that.
Okay, Mr. Roger, Mr. Roger Leonard, yeah. Uncle Roger. Yeah. Ray Leonard, I know you know better than me. Than me. Ray Leonard was a great strategist. Right. That was one of the most the greatest thinking fighters of our time. Right. True indeed. And Hagler ain't fought his last fight before Ray Leonard was Mugabe, and Hagler was on like a year plus. Therefore, in like maybe a year or so. And they had and they had that dinner. And Hagler was talking about retiring and all that. Right. And Ray Leonard say, "Well, this is the perfect time to fight him." In his mind. Yes, Ray Leonard knew he lost.
You're right. He did that.
Okay.
He did that.
And so Ray Leonard, he was a bad boy. But he held off. He was like, it will never happen. And he came up and then teased him, and then it did happen. So I give it a draw faithfully for both men because Ray is my favorite, Hagler's my favorite. I'm up in arms with both. I'm like, look, it's a draw.
But the name of boxing is not just boxing, it's thinking man game too. If I can get your mind, Ray didn't talk bad about him.
Absolutely, never.
And Marvin couldn't get mad at Ray. He was trying to get mad. Ray said he'd like to thank Mom for giving him the opportunity to fight for the title. he just gave Marvin had all these accolades. You know, he never said nothing bad about Marvin.
And let's let Boom Man, because I know Bunch Bay look like he want to talk right now. So let's let Boom Man jump in real quick, and then Bunch Bay can jump in because he looked like he wanted to talk throughout that whole exchange right there.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bunch. Go ahead, sir.
No problem. Look, Ray stepped in there, man, off the layoff, man, and shine. He outshined Marvin Hagler. You know what I mean? And gave the crowd the excitement that they was looking for. And this pleases the judges as well. You know what I mean? So he had to get the edge. You know what I mean? Like the split decision, because he outshined them every round. You know what I mean? The energy was there. And he brought light to the crowd, you know, gave him what they was looking for. So that's where he get the credit for. You know what I mean?
That was the biggest fight in boxing to that point.
Yeah. So Myron, let's let Boom Man jump in. This is also a fighter right now, and he's also a content creator in boxing. You know what I mean? Enjoy having him on here because he's got a great opinion also, just like my boy Myron. You know, so go ahead, Boom Man. What you trying to get in on?
Oh, well, first of all, thank you for having me. What's going on, everybody? What's up with my boy Myron, aka Double N? What to do with the folk?
Boom, what's up, baby?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Leonard. I never get a chance to really talk to people that's really a part of the sport of boxing. I take combat sport serious. I'm a amateur kickboxer, Muay Thai fighter, but the most time that I've given to combat sports was boxing. That is the art that I gave the most energy to. That's what make me the fighter that I am today, is because of the time that I put in boxing. I gave kickboxing and Muay Thai, I would say 5 years versus the 12 years I gave boxing.
Wow.
So, I mean, straight, consistently. But as far as the Marvin Hagler Leonard fight was concerned, I felt personally, to tell you the truth, and
You're cutting off.
I just thought that with how Ray pulled it out was he was taking the last 30 seconds, because he even said it. I remember in the interview, he was making sure his corner would tell him or give him a sign when it was the 30 seconds so he could go off.
30 seconds,
and that was pretty much when he does that, the judges see, the last thing they see is Ray Leonard going off. They dismiss everything that happened in between the rounds of the fight. So I think that's what got him the win, is what he did the last 30 seconds of the rounds. But I do think that Marvin Hagler dictated the pace of the fight. He pressed the fight, and in my opinion, I think he won. I still think Ray Leonard is one of the greatest boxers of all time. When I started boxing, my coach said I looked like Ray Leonard because I used to throw a lot of punches. Now I'm more of a single shot kind of fighter now because I'm in my 30s. But I always have respect for Ray Leonard. I just felt that was a fight that he lost. And I am kind of mad he didn't fight Aaron Pryor. I do feel some type of way about him not fighting Aaron Pryor. That I gotta be honest about.
A lot of fighters don't fight each other. I mean, you're gonna get
a lot of fighters. It's very common.
You're gonna get a lot of fighters like Sugar Ray Robinson. He ain't fight a lot of fighters, you know. And it just happened that way. I mean, you know, it'd been a good fight, but I'm telling you, my brother was gonna fight Aaron Pryor after he fought Roger Stafford. I'm telling you. And matter of fact, Ray sparred with him one day. We was in Cincinnati, and Ray went.
That's where Aaron Pryor is from, Cincinnati.
Right, he from Cincinnati. So Ray went up there and sparred with him and stopped Aaron Pryor in the body. Anybody hear about that? You know,
no, I thought they did the Olympic trials, Roger. I thought they did that in Olympic trials. I was gonna
no, they did that when Aaron Pryor, Howard Davis beat Aaron Pryor in the amateurs. And that's why he didn't make the Olympics. But Aaron Pryor was a good fighter, man. But I'm telling you, he would have beat Aaron Pryor.
I believe he would have too.
I didn't think Ray was going to beat Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, and this guy named Johnny Gant. Those are the three fighters I didn't think Ray was going to beat.
Really? Hey, let me interject real quick. A Bunch and Roger, Mike McCullum and Joppy might be joining the live real soon.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, Troy dropped off because he got a call from the both of them, and he's chopping it up with them now.
I like to talk to Mike McCullough because I think
So Mike McCullum and Joppy about to jump on the live here real soon. All right, guys.
Okay, hey, when they do fellas, out of respect, I'm gonna pull out just to listen to you guys talk.
Right.
Because I talk a lot.
Yeah.
I know I'm a one-back gentleman. So.
Now, you good? You good? You Southeast born and bred. That's how they come.
That's what I be trying to tell you. Hey, my wrong. Don't ever feel like that, man. This is your home, bro.
No,
it
ain't about you, Major Key. It's about the other guys. I want to be a listener, bro.
No, I feel you. You got the link, man. And if you need it back, just let me know.
I was thinking that too when y'all brought it up. I was thinking that. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna kick back and get some knowledge, man. They got the OGs in the game out here. Let me kick back, man.
Can I say one thing, man? Look, honestly speaking, man, I'm gonna just tell you, like straight up, like when I talk to these gentlemen off of the live, when I first meet them, I just treat them like regular people. Hey, what's good? What's good? How you doing?
That's right.
You know what I mean? And so we build a rapport immediately. And so when they jump on the show, it's not even hard. It's not like they're on CNN or nothing like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So you guys are more than welcome, man. Because yo, hey, you know I fucks with you, Myron. You know I fucks with you, Boom, man. You know what I'm saying? So
we know.
You know what I mean? Like even if you got nothing to say, then don't say it. Just kick back then if you got nothing to say right now. You know what I mean? But let them talk if you got nothing to say. But if you got something to say, at least you here already. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna have something to say. They can tell that already.
Yeah.
Hey, Boom Man, what gym are you fighting out of?
Huh?
Boom Man, what gym are you fighting out of?
Right now, I'm training out of T4L, Train for Life in Sassoon City.
Where is it?
Where is it?
It's in Sassoon City, California.
Oh, you in Cali? Okay, you out Cali. That's what's up.
And what's your weight?
It's an MMA gym.
What's your weight? What is your weight?
Man, I'm at a point in my life where I don't duck no smoke from 35 to 47. I'm an amateur, so I fight from 35, 47. Whoever want it, get it.
Do you want to? Are you gonna turn pro?
Nah, if I was 27, probably, but at 37 at this point, all I really want to do as a fighter is win a couple of belts, just so I can say I won some belts as an amateur and kind of just get the experience in fighting. You know what I'm saying? Because fighting in kickboxing as an amateur is not like fighting in amateur as in boxing. Because in boxing amateurs, it's more about the point system. You know what I mean? It's not really about just the fight. Because you could be a really good fighter and you go in there in an amateur fight and you could be really throwing good punches. But if this dude is giving you the window wash real good, he gonna win the fight, and you could be landing the more significant punches, but that's a pro style. I didn't understand the philosophy between amateur style and pro style till I got older and started being more of a coach and a trainer. Then I could see the difference in amateur and pro style. Amateur style was more just going in there, throwing hella punches, conditioning. It got to be on point, all the shit. But pro style is more. It's a fight. Whoever land the more significant punches and consistent is probably who gonna win that fight. It's not like that in amateur. But in amateur kickboxing, it's like that. It's literally the same way as fighting pro. If you land the more significant punches, you are probably going to win. The only thing is it's 2-minute rounds, not 3 minutes.
2 minute rounds? You said 2 minute rounds in the pros?
Yeah, I fight 2 minute rounds. Pros 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's a long time. I mean, some people don't understand that, but 3 minutes is a long time in the damn ring, especially if you're getting hit. You know,
shit, it's a long time on stage.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
It's a long time dancing too. 3 minutes on record.
That's right. Bunch, you are a champion hand dancer.
Yeah, Bunch dancing 2 and 3 women at the same time. Go ahead, Bunch.
That's right. I'm trying to tell you, turn 2 girls at the same time. I can dance with 4 at the same time.
Nah, you can't go 4, Bunch. You can't go 4.
Roger, I sent you the video.
Hey, Roger, I seen him do it.
Yeah, I know. Bunch bad boy.
Oh, I gotta ask Roger something though. I gotta ask you this. It was a question I would have wanted to ask your brother, but I'm gonna ask you because you here.
Right.
What was the buildup like fighting Floyd Sr.? What was that like?
Nothing.
Well,
What was that like at the time?
Ray really didn't know. Mayweather wasn't all that. I think Mayweather was like number 7 as a contender, and Ray knew he had fast hands. I mean, I think they seen a couple of films, but Ray don't watch. Ray don't watch. He don't like watching films with people.
There's an echo somewhere, y'all. You know.
We just
There's an echo. You know, y'all gotta go on mute.
You got it on mute.
Go ahead, Roger.
Whoever had it, fix it. We're good.
He couldn't punch. He used the excuse. He said the reason why he lost to my brother because he broke his hand before the fight. Well, goddamn, why you fighting there if you broke your hand? It's not Ray's fault, you know. But we just knew that he was a fast guy. Matter of fact, I got an amateur article where he lost to this guy that I beat, that I knocked out, you know. Because he turned pro. I think he turned pro in 1977 or 76. He turned pro one of those years. Yeah.
So what was a fight that your brother fought that you thought was going to be easier, but it ended up being harder than what it was?
Wilfredo Benitez.
Woo!
Awesome.
You actually thought that was gonna be an easy fight?
Oh man, I thought it was gonna be an easy fight, man. But man, this guy he punched hard. You know, Ray went to the emergency room after the fight. He was hurting all over. His body was sore, man. You know, and that shocked me, man. My brother went to the emergency room because he was dehydrated. That boy Benitez is awesome. Bless his soul, man.
He was dehydrated because he missed so many damn shots trying to hit Benitez.
Man. Right hands and. You know, but Ray, see, my brother had a good jab. Ray had a good jab, man. So that really helped him out. And plus, Ray can punch hard. And plus, he got, you know, like you say, Joe Frazier got a good left hook. Ray got a good left hook, good right hand, combination, speed, all that, all in one.
But Ray, your brother also said that he never fought a fighter that it looked like he felt like he was about to hit, but then the fighter he missed it because Benitez was able to bob and weave and miss. It slipped so many punches so effortlessly, very close.
Well, you know, Benitez was a radar, man. I mean, he beat Duran. He gave Tommy Hearns a run for his money. But you know, Benitez
punches very easy.
Yeah, but Benitez now, man. Have you seen him lately? He's kind of messed up a little bit, you know.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah, now, we've been talking about that on Ring 10. The fact that they had to move him from Puerto Rico over to what was it, Chicago?
Chicago.
Yeah, to get help because Ring 10 is actually helping him right now. He's basically like mentally like a vegetable. You know what I'm saying? He's in a wheelchair and all that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then I trained my man for his first 2 fights, Gerald McCullen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tell that story. You know, how did you meet up with him, Roger?
Well, Ray had a team. I trained Henry Tillman. You know Henry Tillman, the Olympic gold medal winner.
Yeah. Yes.
I trained him.
Tyson knocked him out.
Yeah, I trained Michael Bent, who's the WBO. See, my brother had a lot. I trained Roy Jones. All these guys was on my brother's team. And,
okay.
This guy named Pepe Goat. Y'all ever heard of Pepe Goat?
Nah, I never heard of Pepe, but I heard the rest of the name.
Yeah, I heard of. And all these guys, I trained, man. Ray had a hell of a team, man, but Ray wasn't really concentrated in it because Ray retired at a particular time from that detached retina. So he wasn't really spending time with the guys, you know. And so they broke the team up. But we had a good team, man. We had a good team. We had Quincy Taylor, who was the middleweight champion. And so Roy Jones' father was with him at that
particular time. Question. A really good question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is some of the type of training the fighters in your age, you and Bunch's era did that you think the younger fighters should do today to get prepared for a fight?
Well, I don't, you know, things change, man, and the technology and things of that nature. Because back in the day, man, we ran boat game boots, and man, we got shin splints and all that. So the things have changed now. The fighters are lifting weights. We ain't lift no weights. The only thing the weights we lift, we beat on the speed bag, beat on the heavy bag, the double bag, and we ain't lift no weights, do no push-ups. You know, all that stuff was natural from working out, you know. And so they start lifting weights now, but it's working. So hey, you know, nothing constant change, nothing constant but change. And back in when the Jack Johnson days, they didn't do a lot of things, you know. They didn't wrap their hands when they hit this bag. So you know, things as time goes on, things gonna change. It's gonna change, man. You know. But I wouldn't say the fighters of the day could have beat the fighters of yesteryear, because the fighters back in the day, man, they fought. They just fought. You know, it was no scientific boxing. The only one that had that was a guy named, I don't know if y'all ever heard of a guy named Willie Pep. He won.
Yes.
He won a round without throwing a punch. He won a round without throwing a punch, man. That guy had some good defense. And you know.
Okay, now Roger.
Go ahead.
Roger, you know, I keep hearing about these fantasy fights with Ray and Floyd. Me personally, I think Ray would have stopped him somewhere in the 7th or 8th round. I'm talking about Floyd Jr. now. What are your thoughts on that fight?
Ray would have beat him. I don't know about stopping him, but Ray wouldn't have fought him like everybody else fought him. Ray would have hit his arm, hit him all on the, when he do all that getting on the ropes, Ray would went for his arm, because you can hurt a guy just keep hitting him on the arm. And
yes, sir.
You don't go for his head. And Ray know what Floyd Mayweather got a good counterpunch. And what's that counterpunch? That counterpunch is the right hand. You throw a jab, he ride with it, and he come back with a right hand. You know, it's one thing about my brother. You might hit it with a good shot, but you better take that punch and put it in your pocket, because you're not going to hit with that shot no more. You see a lot of fighters keep getting hit with the same shot. I wouldn't say that Ray would have stopped him, but he would beat him just like he beat his father.
Right. But I got to disagree with you on that one, because Tommy Hearns caught him with a couple of right hands in that second fight. I got another question real quick.
Go ahead.
I heard that Ray, after the fight, you know, he leaned in and told Tommy that it ain't a draw. You know, you really won the fight. Did he really tell him that?
I don't know. I thought he said, people said he said that to Marvin Hagler. I didn't know he said that to Tommy Hearns, but he said after the fight, he lost the fight. He said that after the fight, after he fought Tommy Hearns the second time, he lost. You know,
he made that announcement public on that Sports Century cast. Forum was there. He said it out open too, on camera. He said, "You won the fight," because Tommy Hearns was there. Hagler, tell him, "You know I won that fight." And Ray said, "You won the fight."
Oh, who are you talking about? Tommy Hearns and Hagler? I mean, Tommy Hearns and Ray?
No. Yes.
Yeah, he said that. He said that out.
After the second one, right on TV.
He said, man, you won. But, I mean, if you watch the fight, you know, because you can get a 10-8 round by beating the guy so bad. And Ray beat Tommy, I think, the last 2 rounds, beating him real bad, compared to a knockdown, you know. But,
he was leaning on the ropes and everything.
Yeah, man, Ray was hitting him. I thought Ray would knock him out, you know. But after that fight, Ray should have quit. But he kept going on, man. I don't know what this thing about boxing, man, you know. Let me ask y'all a question. Before I forget. I know my brother's 65 years old. So y'all know Sugar Shane Mosley. Okay, so what you think about my brother putting on the exhibition with Sugar Shane Mosley?
Shit, when y'all do it, make sure y'all announce it here on Major Key Boxing.
Yep, coming to Major Key, but
on Major Key Boxing.
I got one better for you, Roger. I got one better. No, hold on, y'all. I got one better that should happen, and it should happen for the DMV area and the world.
What?
Simon Brown and Ray Leonard, you know, doing the exhibition.
You need a bigger name. Hey, they're going to need a bigger name, Troy.
Why not? He's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer.
Troy, I feel you, and I appreciate you for the DMV. But like that's why I asked the question about Maurice Barkley and Simon Brown. They're going to need a name that most of the people, even the mainstreamers, know.
Know what?
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with Myron right there, man. I can't disagree with Myron right there. Like, you know what? When you talk about a Sugar Ray Leonard, you know what I mean? Hey, man.
I feel you, Troy.
Hey.
But Ray gonna have to fight somebody that the other mainstreamers know.
No, look, we talk about exhibition. We talk about fight. We just
exhibition.
That's why you should get Simon Brown.
But we're talking about. If you say Simon Brown, that's not. Well, I mean, my point is, you say Simon Brown, that name isn't known on the mainstream. Yeah. And Ray Leonard going to have to fight somebody that's known on the mainstream.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you see, a Sugar Shane Mosley is somebody that just in the last decade fought Floyd Mayweather, fought Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Like people know his name. He was at least part of Golden Boy. You know, he's got a son fighting right now. Everybody knows who Sugar Shane Mosley is. Right. So I get it. When
Yeah.
it comes to promotional, like as a business aspect, I get what he's trying to say. So from a business
Sugar
aspect,
Shane versus Sugar Ray.
yeah, man. I would like that. We need to announce it first on Major Keto.
That's a good fight, but I don't eat sweets, so I'm not. No. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah. And I just talked to Michael Nunn about a month ago. Michael Nunn.
Michael Nunn. Wow.
Yeah, Michael Nunn. I like to have him on y'all show, man. I give y'all his number.
Okay.
I thought he was okay.
Michael Nunn. He wanna do some exhibitions too. You know what I mean? I think
that
Michael
was
Nunn
a bad
is
boy.
already.
That was a
Tell
bad
you what,
boy.
we're gonna talk off air about that, Roger. We're gonna talk off air.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. Yeah. Michael Nunn. Yeah, absolutely. We're not gonna say nothing.
No, talk about it. Shit.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
We
I do
can't.
an exhibition with Michael Nunn.
Say
No.
that, Bunch.
Why don't you do exhibition? With Julian
Say
Jackson,
that, Uncle
Bunch?
Henry.
Hold on. Say that loud and clear. Say that loud and
Say
clear.
that, Uncle Henry.
Hey, say that right there.
I would do I do an exhibition with Michael Nunn. How much they paying? What they paying? 50 million?
Bunch. You can't do that exhibition with Michael.
Bunch.
They want Canelo
Why don't you do exhibition with Julian Jackson, man?
No.
Yeah, Julian Jackson. How much they paying?
Man, they're gonna pay you. They're gonna pay you in a couple of pounds of saltfish and conch. And I don't know, bro.
I do exhibition with Julius Jackson.
Hey, all he's trying to do is invite you over to the island, to a beautiful island of St. Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Cook you dinner. And yeah, that's what he's gonna do for you, man. You know what I'm saying?
What is John the Beast Mugabe doing now? Is he? I mean, how's he?
That's a good question.
Anybody?
That's a good question, and a challenge for me to go find out now. That's a challenge.
Yeah. Get John the Beast Mugabe. Have you got in contact with Mike McCullen yet?
Yeah, man. I called him. I could call him again. I called him and sent him the link twice. I go ahead and call him again and see what's up.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yo, in all fairness, I gotta say, I did call Joppy and we spoke on the phone. He said he was gonna. I sent him the link and everything. But
Me too.
I had a storm around here and I had some internet issues that I had to drop off. So I don't know if he actually. I don't know if he was in the background or not. So I'm not gonna even
matter of fact,
because Joppy shows up whenever we ask him to. So Joppy loves showing up here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he might be busy. I even reached out to Chop Chop for y'all too, but Chop Chop didn't hit me back for once.
Okay.
Yeah. I can get Joppy.
But hold on, I'm gonna reach out again and see what happened. All right.
Okay.
You know why he do that? I'm gonna call Joppy too. Man. Y'all chop it up a little bit because we if nobody answers, we're gonna close the session in a little bit and give our final thoughts.
Okay.
But in the meantime, y'all talk. Yo, Terrence, I haven't heard from you in a minute, man. What's your joke set, man? What's your joke set, man? Come on.
Nah, ain't no need for no jokes, man. You got two legends on here, and you got guys on here picking their brain, listening to their stories.
I got a joke for you.
Here we go. Come on, Bunch. Give it to me.
I got a joke for you. Look, check this out. Hey, look, this the cab driver picked up a nun, right? This cab driver picked up the nun, and the nun noticed that this young, handsome cab driver kept staring her in the face. So the nun said, well, all right, are you okay, Mr. Cab Driver? Do I need to do anything for you? The cab driver said, I got a fantasy, but I don't want to hurt your feelings or cause any harm to you. So the nun said, I'm old enough to hear that I done heard everything that ever happened or been happened. Whatever you say will not hurt me. Come on with your fantasy. So the cab driver said, my fantasy is that I always wanted to kiss a nun. The nun said, okay, let's see what we can do. First, you need to have two things. First, you have to be Catholic. And the second, you must be single. The cab driver said, oh, okay, I'm Catholic and I'm single. So the nun said, okay, pull over in the first alley you see. The cab driver pulled over in the alley, and the nun gave him a kiss that was out of this world. The cab driver said, God damn, Sam, heavens to Megatroid. And it was start back driving. He started back driving, then he started crying. And then I said, "What's wrong, honey? What's wrong with you?" The cab driver said, "I sinned. I cheated." He said, "I'm Jewish and I'm married." And the nun said, "That's okay." The nun said, "That's okay. I'm Kevin and I'm going to a costume party."
Bunch you crazy, man. You got to keep, man. You got to keep going to those shows, man.
I'm Kevin. I'm going to a costume party.
Hey, Bunch. That's my Bunch.
Yeah.
Come through tomorrow night and do some time. That's funny as shit.
Okay.
Where is it? Where is it?
I'm gonna be in Capitol Heights tomorrow at the Taste of the Caribbean.
Where's that?
Taste of the Caribbean. Where is that at?
You know where Home Depot is off of Hampton Park Boulevard.
Right.
Come down Hampton Park Boulevard.
Yeah, Home Depot.
Hey, I got a joke for y'all. I got a joke for y'all, man.
The first light on the right.
I got a joke for y'all. Hey, listen to this joke, man.
Come on, man.
So listen, there's a Jamaican bus driver, right? And a Hispanic lady that gets on, right? She swipes a bus card, right? She goes and sits down. And then the Jamaican lady says, "Put the fare." And she's like, the Hispanic lady looks at her like, "Yo, what the fuck you saying?" Like, you know, and she goes and runs the bus card again. And then she goes sit down again. And then the Jamaican lady's like, "Put the fare." So then third time, Jamaican lady goes, "Put the fare." And she gets up, she swipes it again. She's like, "Put the fare." And she's like, "No, puta fea, fucking cabrona, no me digas eso otra vez." You know what that means?
What do you mean?
Because she was calling, she thought she was saying puta fea, which is like your ugly hoe. You know what I'm saying? Puta fea, with the accent. You know?
We gotta go to Esau to understand that goddamn joke.
But that's what I'm trying to explain to y'all, man. Hey, listen, man. If you understand it, man, yo, a Jamaican lady with her accent, puta fea, puta fea.
Puta fea,
You know what I'm saying? And then the Hispanic
Puta
lady
fea.
not understanding, saying, "Yo, you calling me a dirty asshole? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?" Hey,
That's funny. That's funny.
I
But
grew
you
up
gotta take that joke, Bunch. But you gotta take that joke, Bunch. You remember?
Nah, here go one for you right here. And y'all can have this one, take it to work and fuck it up tomorrow.
Okay.
What did the left butt cheek say to the right butt cheek?
I don't know.
Anybody?
I don't even give a fuck. Just land it, bro.
He said, if we stick together, we can stop all this shit.
We stick together, we stop all this shit. What the left butt? I'm gonna use that. Use that, Bunch. Use that, Bunch.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, that's nice and short too.
Yeah, that's
look, I got a big killer right here.
Right to the
I'm gonna
point.
cut it short. I gotta get to the point. Look, my uncle told his wife he going down to Social Security building to get his Social Security. The wife said, "Honey, you ain't but 62. You got to be 65 to get your Social Security."
Right.
The husband said, my uncle said, "Honey, they gonna look at me and see how old and shriveled up I am and see all this gray hair. They gonna give me Social Security, goddamn it." She said, "Well, go down there and bump your head." He goes down to the Social Security building. He walks in and the lady said, "Can I help you?" He said, "I want to apply for my Social Security, goddamn it." She said, "Well, let me see your ID." He couldn't find his ID nowhere. He was patting his pockets and everything. She said, "I'll be right back, honey. I live right around the corner. It'll take me about 5 minutes." She said, "We going to close." She said, "I tell you, just open your shirt. Just open your shirt up." He opened his shirt up, and she seen all that gray hair and how old and shriveled up he was. She said, "Here, just sign right here." He signed his name. When he signed his name, he grabbed the paper and ran around the corner to show his wife, proved to his wife that he got Social Security. When he got there, he couldn't hardly talk. He held the paper in his hand and said, "Yes." So she said, "Let me see that damn paper." She snatched the paper, and she said, "You got Social Security." She said, "What you do?" He said, The lady said, "Let me see your ID." I couldn't find my ID nowhere. So the lady said, "Just open your shirt." So when I opened my shirt, she seen all that gray hair and how old and shriveled up I was. She said, "Sign right here." So the wife said, "Damn, just like that?" He said, "Yeah." The wife said, "Well, then you should have shown him your dick." They
How did I
done
know that
gave
was
you
coming?
disability.
How did I know that was coming, man?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
She said, "They done gave
Hey,
you
that's
disability."
hey, that's funny as shit.
Yeah.
Now that's funny.
Oh man, man, I do it. Sometimes I be laughing because I know when the punchline come, man, I can't even stand up.
I got my speed bag here.
You can still
Oh
do it.
shit!
You still do it.
I might come back.
Come back to your senses, huh?
I got my
That's
double
what's
end
up.
bag right here. You see my double end bag? Got my double end bag. I got my heavy bag. I got my
Yeah, let's see those artifacts. Let's see those artifacts that Myron was talking about.
Nah, that was me. That was me. I was calling them out.
Oh, my
Show,
bad.
show,
My bad.
show,
My bad.
show
Yeah,
them
that was
shorts.
Terrence. Yeah, that's true. That's true. My bad.
This is a picture of me. Can you see it?
No.
Okay, let me see.
You gotta swing the phone over, Roger. There you go.
Okay.
Okay. That's when I was on TV. That's when I fought this guy named Clinton Jackson. I won the national AAU title. You see it? AAU champion.
Okay.
This right here is when I fought. This when I
Roger,
fought.
Roger, you look like a young buckwheat in that jump.
This is messed up right here. Can you see it?
Nah, you went black. You too goddamn close. Back up, God.
Yeah,
Roger.
no, wait a minute. I got it.
All right. Well, while he's doing that, man, I want to thank y'all, all of y'all, for coming, man.
Problem, man.
Definitely appreciate it, man. Been a great night of boxing. It's just great having y'all around to share the stories, man. Because you don't hear too much of that right now. You don't hear too much. I mean, you got to come to Major Key Boxing to hear that. You definitely got to come here to hear that. So Bunch, we definitely appreciate you. Definitely respect you. Same thing with Roger, man. When he comes back, let him know I said that. And as usual, man, you always have a home here.
Yes.
Home here, with Major Key.
Any final thoughts? Any final thoughts?
Yeah.
Man, my final thoughts to the young people out there, man. You got to pay homage to the living legends. When you got an opportunity to speak to them with respect.
Absolutely.
Speak to them with humbleness. Come to them humble, ready to learn and listen. Because, like I said, I've been around Bunch for over 17 years now. That business that Roger brought up, Bunch and I worked that business together, pulling 1,000-pound skids and driving trucks and doing all types of stuff, man. So yeah, I tell those young guys out there, man, the legends are still living, and pay homage to them, man. Give them their respect, give them their just due, because that road that you traveling down was paved by them. It was a dirt road before they got on it, but they're the one that paved that road. You know what I mean? So yeah. That will be my final comments and thoughts. Just to put it out there.
I appreciate you saying it, and you always welcome in, brother. You know what I'm saying? So just never forget that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. You always so next final thoughts, Roger or Bunch Bay, whoever wants to land.
I got one right here. Troy, when I had that business, man, I had my whole family. I had my mother, my brothers, my whoever needed the family needed work or needed income. I brought them in, man. Terrence can tell you, everybody was there, man.
That's right.
Family. And I tried to give back, you know what I mean? And I was helping everybody, man, that needed help. Thank you for letting me
Bunch, this is no lie. You definitely helped me, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate you, Terrence.
You definitely helped me, and I'm on top right now, and I'm able to talk because of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
people give honor to Mecca Riccio for introducing us.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. I'm in no more debt because of you. I'm in, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I talk big shit. People be
right.
like,
Hey,
what's up?
Bunch they sound like he's in some big shit too. He about to fight right now. We about to get him on the line with somebody else to do a comeback fight.
Tell you what, Bunch.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, let's go. I'm the hype man and I'm in the corner. So
That's what's up.
Look, one more
Tell you
thing.
what,
Also,
Bunch.
Terrence brought me into the comedy show, man. And
I did.
and I enjoyed it.
I hear
With
a
the
lot of
comedy,
echo.
you know what I
I
mean?
hear a lot of echo.
Made a little name for myself.
Okay, that's good.
That's what's up, man.
Yes,
So
sir.
Roger Leonard, man, it's on you now. The final
Hey man,
comment.
I thank you for having me on the show.
Appreciate you guys, man.
How many's on here? Because I'm gonna give y'all I did a book. I'm gonna give y'all a book, man. I got a book. And how can y'all get it?
All right. So Troy, you got Troy, or does he go through a publicist for you? Because if you got Troy, man, talk to Troy, because otherwise you can hit me up on Major Key boxing.
Everybody send that. Let me give you my phone number so you can send it, and I'll send it.
No, don't do that on the internet. You're gonna get trolls. No. Don't do that.
Oh,
okay.
Talk to Roger, I'll make the connection. Roger,
Okay,
I'll make the connection.
Please,
I'll make the connection, and we'll all link up. And we'll all
don't ever drop your number on YouTube, man.
Okay,
man.
Thanks.
Hey,
I was getting calls at like 5 o'clock in the morning from random
man,
people.
thanks, man.
Hey, that's funny.
I appreciate it.
Hey, Maisie, that's funny as hell you said that. Kevin Hart and Nick Cannon are like really good friends, right? So they always playing pranks on each other. Why did Kevin Hart put a big ass billboard up of Nick Cannon's real phone number? And because Nick Cannon not a phone kind of guy, he don't even give a fuck about his phone, really. He got people calling him out of nowhere just for no reason. His phone was just ringing and ringing and ringing. He doesn't really answer his phone like that, but he's like, man, I got people still calling me. They're like, won't you change your number? He was like, nah, man, I'm gonna get Kevin ass back.
That's the same way I am, bro. That's the same way I am, man. Listen, I've had people like trolling me for like a year, bro, and I won't change my phone number, man. Because at some point they're gonna get tired when I ignore them, like
it's people already calling me. These people trying to get me insurance and all this stuff, man. So I don't even know. It's a scam, but sometimes a scam call comes on, but I don't even know who the hell be calling me sometimes.
Yes, sir. No. Go ahead, land the plane, Roger. Well, what did you want to say at the end? You were saying thanks for coming on.
I've written a book, In the Shadow of a Champ, but it's not my brother, it's the drugs. No, drugs was the champ, man, until I let go. The only way I want is let go. But I talked about that. And plus, I'm a counselor. I'm a drug counselor.
Where can they purchase that the best? And also Henry Bunch and Terrence, if y'all didn't tell everybody where to get that, follow up with him, because I want you guys to get the accolades y'all deserve.
Right.
So go ahead and land that, Roger. Where can people find your book and follow you?
They go to Amazon, or they go to Roger Leonard, In the Shadow of a Champ, and they'll come up and they'll show you how to order it.
In the Shadow of a Champ. That's what's up.
Shadow of a Champ. Yeah.
All right.
That's what's up, y'all.
Yeah. That's what's up.
And y'all have any social media do you want to give out?
Oh yeah, you can always follow me at the Duke of Comedy on Instagram. That's where I put most of my stuff up. This Friday, I will definitely be at the Taste of the Caribbean right here in Capitol Heights in the DMV area.
Is that shopping center next to the Home Depot?
It's not the shopping center. It's straight down. Roger. Go past the Wendy's.
Right.
Go past the Wendy's. Keep going. You're gonna go through, I think, one or two lights. One light, and then once you go through that one light past, like it's Ashwood Drive or something, Ashland, it's on the right hand side. They say Taste of Caribbean. You'll see they got an outside lounge area. They're gonna be smoking hookahs and all that stuff. We're gonna be inside telling jokes. I'm starting tomorrow at like 9:30.
Oh, okay.
Edgeworth Drive. That's Edgeworth Drive.
Yeah, you go past Edgewood, and then it's right there on the right hand side.
Oh, okay.
9:30 at night.
Yeah, I'm starting out at 9:30. You Bunch, your ass gonna have to catch an Uber. I know you can't goddamn see.
Yeah, for real.
Damn, man. Well, yo, I don't want you to leave yet, just in case in the next couple minutes, because somebody just called me back.
Okay.
So Troy, go ahead and land the plane, and if our boy doesn't show up, then it is what it is.
Right.
So go ahead, man.
I'm gonna just say this. Wow, my signal was terrible, but let me tell y'all what, man. There's a whole lot of boxing talk on the air, but it's very few like this where you get folks like yourself that are legends and you talk and it feels good and you pass on information. So I'm just gonna thank you again for coming. Thank you for your time and just I'm gonna say some kind of corny, but thank you for your service and your love of the sport, man. Because you don't see that passion no more. You really just don't see it in boxing nowadays. It's too much politics, and that's what's killing the sport. So, thank you again, because both of you gentlemen have this passion and this love for the sport still that you don't see in the pros right now.
Right.
So thank you, man. And Terrence, man, you know I'll be in Landover on the 4th, man. It's a pop up. Well, you know I'm gonna send you the information because I'm gonna be there. Peaches Wings or whatever it's called is this pop up spot.
Right. I'm out of town. I leave out of town tomorrow on the 3rd. So I mean, first thing Saturday morning. I'm out of here by like 4:30 in the morning, man. So I'm gonna do this thing. Tomorrow night, and then come home, give me a few hours of sleep, and then I'm on the road. I'm headed down to Hampton to be with my father-in-law and my sister-in-law, and we're gonna spend the holidays.
Okay, guys.
Hold on. Actually, it's not even his fault. What I realized is I just sent him an old link. So he's been trying to get on, and it's not even his fault.
Oh wow.
Shit. So let me.
Yeah,
let me
safe travels, man. Safe travels, and I did send a link to Chop.
No, it's Joppy really. Joppy just call me right now. I'm gonna call him right now, right here. And you know what? Just so y'all can see that we're not faking. Hold on 1 second.
I sent him.
Yeah, no. But I don't know what happened, but I sent him an old link though. Apparently, the one from yesterday.
Wow.
Hey, good. Try to get on.
Hey, I know. I just sent you a new link. Yo, who's this that we had on the phone so they can hear you, so they know that you're not fronting?
Say it again.
Who's this that we have on the phone so they can know that you're not fronting? Because I just sent you.
It's me, Joppy.
All right then. So I just sent you a new link, brother. So click on that new link, not the old one. My bad. That was one from yesterday apparently that I had copied.
Okay.
All right. There you go. Joppy's about to pop up.
Oh, Jop.
All right, and that was my fault. Because I sent him a link, and I thought that was the link from today. But apparently, I sent it. I copied it and sent it to other people. Everybody else got it, but apparently the old link got sent to him for some reason. I noticed it.
I bet you he pop on eating some fruit.
Hey, he probably will. But hey, if you see Chop Corley right now, he'll pop up with a chef's apron with the knife.
Cooking.
Yeah, he had
to cook something.
Hey, yeah. Oh, there he go. I think that's him right there. Hold on. There we go. Yeah. My boy in front. What's going on, Josh?
Hey. You gotta get Roger back now. You gotta get Roger.
My bad, man. I said the wrong link, brother. Go ahead, man.
What's up, Job?
Hey, Bunch, what's up, Bunch?
Hey, Job, all right. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, man. Just getting in, man. Get ready to eat me a salad. Too late to eat something. It's too late to eat heavy.
Man, I eat heavy every night. So I can wake up. Huh?
We got somebody else in the background. Oh, we got in the background. Oh shit.
That's a brother want to challenge me in the kitchen, huh?
Oh shit. We got something else going on here. What's going on?
Chop stepping in.
Chop.
You in the dark, Chop. You in the dark. You in the dark, Chop. You in the dark.
Chop, what's up, Chop?
Y'all talking about the kitchen. What's going on in the kitchen?
Hey, that's what we
man, you know, turn on the lights so we can see you, Chop. Turn on the lights, Chop.
It's black ass say the lights on.
I'm in the car driving.
Oh, you driving?
I'm in the car. I'm driving. I got my earpiece.
Oh, okay, Chop.
We'll lean forward so we can see you. You blended in with the head wrap.
That nigga said lean forward so we can
see
you.
Ahead, Bunch.
Yeah, there you go.
Go ahead, Bunch. Go ahead, jump in, Bunch.
Yeah, what's up, Chop?
What's up with you?
I'm mopping the floor in the kitchen. I'm in here cleaning the floor,
What's
mopping
going
up.
on in the kitchen?
I'm cleaning the floor. cleaning the floor, mopping and
What you
sweeping.
cooking? What you cooking?
Oh no,
Right,
I'm
what
not
you
the cook.
cooking?
Man,
I'm not
Bunch
the
don't
cook.
cook nothing.
That's right. Bunch don't cook.
Bunch don't cook nothing.
I'm
If you
McDonald's.
Hey,
see the
Joppy in here,
stove,
Chop.
I'm
Hey,
Daddy
Joppy
Grace.
up
I'm
in here too,
Daddy
Chop.
Grace, man. We're going to Daddy Grace.
you
Hey,
know that's
Bunch,
exactly where we going.
hey, Bunch, you still go down Daddy Grace?
Yeah, Jop. I'm still hitting Daddy Grace. Daddy
Hold
Grace
up.
and
Every day, Joppy, every day. And look, he know where every last one of them is.
I'm trying to tell you.
He know about the one on 8th Street, the one down far down on 7th and Rhode Island. He know about the one in Southeast, the one on 6 and M. Man, he took me to, I'd have been to every last damn Daddy Grace in DC. You hear me?
Yeah.
What is Daddy Grace, y'all? You know, what is Daddy Grace?
Oh, it's
Daddy
a
Grace.
little food joint. You know, they cook. They cook and
It's a church.
sell plates.
It's a church. Church that had a cafeteria in it.
Yeah, the one down on 7th Street.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So basically, Church's Chicken. You know, with a new name.
Yeah, you familiar with those with Daddy Grace Chop Chop? They can cook.
Nah, I ain't heard of Daddy Grace. That's an old spot. I ain't old enough yet.
Oh, okay,
Chop,
okay.
Chop, you know about Daddy Grace?
Yeah, Job, you know about Daddy Grace? Yeah, man, you know,
Man, you went there? Yeah.
I don't.
yeah. Back in the day, man, you know, I was working construction and boxing, man. I ain't had time to cook.
Bunch, you and I went down there together.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. I ain't never had time to cook, man. I was always on the run, you know?
Man, I went over Bunch House, Bunch stove look brand goddamn new. I say, Bunch, what you don't cook? He say, nah, that shit there for decoration, man.
I'm trying to tell you.
You need to hire Chop Chop then, man. You need to hire Chop Chop.
Hey, yo, Chop Chop like be running while he's cooking. You know what I'm saying? Just he got the apron on.
Oh,
hey man, the first time we had him on the live, he was literally on the stove chopping it up. Like I was like, oh shit, he over here cooking it up, laying things. I was like, wow. You know what I mean? So yeah, he was doing his thing over here.
Yo, you know, Joppy.
Hey, Jop.
Yeah.
Hey, Jop, tell him about Greenbelt Park. Man,
I'm
we was running the woods in Greenbelt Park, man. Take us an hour. Yeah, Joppy was running 45 minutes. Take me 60 minutes to run that joint, man.
No, listen. Greenbelt Park on a regular my average time running Greenbelt Park was 51 minutes, 51 minutes or 53 minutes. That's my average. But the fastest I ever ran Greenbelt Park was 44 minutes.
God deals, man. And Greenbelt Park ain't number 6 miles of hills, man.
Yeah.
That joint ain't no joke.
Yes, that's the fastest I ever ran. It was 44 minutes.
And it take me 60 minutes to run that joke.
The fact that you can run it is a blessing, man, because I don't even think I could walk it right now, but go ahead.
That shit
Hey,
don't
Chop, you ever ran Greenbelt Park, Chop?
Yeah, that shit don't count if you're running away from an officer, though.
You ever ran Greenbelt Park, Chop?
Yeah, I ran it before.
You ran it before? In the woods?
Yeah, I ran it before.
You was in the woods?
ran it before.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna tell you about.
They say
Greenbelt Park. Yeah, that Rock Creek Park ain't no joke.
I'm trying to tell you.
Rock Creek Park
I
no
never
joke.
did Rock Creek Park.
Man, I'm telling you, man.
You get lost up in there in Rock Creek Park. You want to
Rock
know where
Creek
you
Park
at?
no joke. Oh.
Man, shit, I ain't ran since I left the Marine Corps. I only found out there was one good thing about running, and that's when the fuck you stop.
What's that?
It's when you stop.
Hey, Chop, you know, Bunch was telling us that he worked with you for a couple of fights, man. Tell us who he worked with you with. You know, what fights did you work with Bunch with?
Yeah, I can't remember. That was early in my career.
Yeah. So tell us who you work with. I mean, tell us the fights you worked with him with.
Which fights was it, Bunch?
with Chop Chop. I work with Chop Chop in the gym. You know, with Richard Rose. I ain't really work with him with particular fights. I was working mainly with Joppy, but you know, Chop Chop was in the gym when we was in there.
It was all in there together.
Okay.
Joppy took it easy on me when we was in that sparring.
Huh? Oh.
I said Joppy took it easy on me when we sparred.
I used to see Joppy down in Rockville, man. He ain't taking it easy on nobody. I used to see him down in Rockville when he was down there.
You ain't lying about that.
Yeah, man,
I said, Joppy, why you going so hard? He said, man, shit, he can punch.
What'd you say?
I said, Joppy don't care how small you are. He gonna hit your ass. He don't care.
Yeah. Job had that dog in him. Yeah.
Nah, Chop was real slick. Nah, I boxed about Chop, about Mark Johnson, we all boxed, you know. We all used to box back in the day, yeah.
Andrew Maynard, you used to spar with Drew too, you know, Chop?
I never sparred with Andrew Maynard, nah.
No, I mean counsel, not Maynard, counsel.
Yeah, I met with Andrew Counsel before.
Yeah. Andrew hit. Hey, that's one dude that hits hard, man.
I know he does. We went to Philly and he knocked the dude out in the first round. So yeah, Andrew hit hard.
Counsel hits hard, man. Yeah. One thing about Andrew, you spar Andrew don't throw a lot of punches, but when he throw punches, he's accurate. He don't miss too many. And he's right on the button with his punches. You know, Andrew got a style something like Joe Louis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he stays on balance and he fires that jab and that right hand, he goes to your body. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's accurate, man. He don't you gotta one thing about Andrew, man, you gotta I keep my hands going with Andrew, man, because when he throws his punches, he rarely misses.
So let me ask y'all about Ty Barnett. Y'all know about Ty?
Yeah, I know Ty Barnett. Yeah.
How did y'all like him as a champion?
They go fighter, yeah. We didn't really Ty didn't really train with us down round one. I didn't really train with him in the gym too much. But that's my man. That's my man.
He was over headbanger.
Yeah. He didn't. We trained down round one, Palmer Pop. During the time I was fighting and training, he wasn't in the gym with me too much.
He's a lot younger than us, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he over headbanger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't get a chance but to see one of his fights, and that fight I seen, he got hit with a devastating hook. He kept throwing that overhand right, and every time he was throwing that overhand right, he kept dropping his left hand. And by the sixth or the seventh round, man, the Joker loaded up this right hook and waited for that overhand right, and man, hit this Joker. Man, I've seen a lot of people get hit and a lot of people get dropped, but I ain't never seen nobody get dropped like that, man.
Oh yeah, we got caught with a shot. Yeah,
he got caught with it. He dropped that left hand, and that Spanish boy threw that right hook, man, and it was ooh.
I tell y'all what, we're gonna start to wrap it up, but I want to ask both of y'all a question for Chop and Joppy, right?
Wow.
Go ahead.
Joppy, tell us about your first TV fight, man, and how you worked that deal out to actually get on TV and all that, and also, tell us how you met, Larry Hazard.
What about Larry Hazard again?
Yeah. How'd you hook up with Larry Hazard, man? Because I know he was in Jersey and you were down here with us. So, how'd you hook up with Larry?
I never hooked up with Larry.
No. always thought that you and him had a relationship, man.
No, not me.
Okay.
I mean, I know Lloyd Hazard. Yeah, you know, we speak when we see each other, but I never really, you know, had a relationship with Lloyd Hazard.
Okay. Okay. Well, tell us about your first fight that was on TV, man, and how'd you go ahead and work that deal out? Because a lot of these cats, they don't really know how all these things come to pass with boxing. You know, they see it, but you know, they don't know how those things are worked out.
Well, my first TV fight was in 1995 on the Julio Cesar Chavez versus David Kamau at the what's the hotel next to Caesars? I can't remember what hotel it was in Vegas. I fought on it was for the NABF title, and I fought a guy named Rodney Tony to a draw.
Okay.
To a draw. Yeah. And that was my first. That's right after I signed with Don King. I signed with Don King in '94, and I got that shot, the fight for the NABF title against Rodney Tony on the Chavez card. That was my first TV fight.
Gotcha. All right. And Chop, man, tell us about that fight with Floyd, man, and then we're gonna shut it down pretty much. You know, we've been on for about an hour and a half right now. Well, actually, we've been on longer than that. But, you know, tell us. Yeah, you know, tell us about that fight with Floyd real quick, Chop. You got to go on mute for me, Bunch.
Bunch, hit your mute button.
Where is it at?
At the bottom of the screen, and say Mike. Touch it.
All right, go ahead, Chop.
Yeah, Floyd, that was a good fight. That was Floyd's first fight at 140 pounds, coming up from 135. And I was working with Andrew Council and Don Turner for that fight. We went to training camp, and we knew Floyd. He's a very busy fighter. He throw a lot of punches. So the game plan was to make Floyd exchange with me, to keep him in close, to make him fight. And the plan was to catch Floyd and hurt him and try to knock him out. And the plan was working up until the 4th round. And then after I hurt him, his uncle Roger told him in the 5th round, don't bang with him, box him. And Floyd changed it up. He came out in the 5th round and he just started boxing. And then he started zapping me because he seen that my condition wasn't what it should have been at fighting for 12 rounds. So he started touching me to the body, slowing me down with little pop shots.
Okay. Now, any closing thoughts from you, gentlemen, before we shut it down?
Man, thanks for having me on, man. Thanks for having me on.
I want to challenge you. I challenge Jobby to a game of bowling.
He didn't hear you, Chop. He didn't hear you.
Chop. Hey, Chop. Hey, Chop.
I challenge Jobby to a game of bowling. What?
Hey, Chop. Hey, Chop. Hey, can you hear me, Chop?
What?
I'm gonna say this is something I've been wanting.
I can hear you.
This is something I've been wanting to say to you for a long time. I want to challenge you to a game of horseshoes.
We gotta get off this.
The shit just got real. Shit just got real.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna call you as soon as I get off the airplane and I come back on the East Coast.
Yeah, you know, there's an echo, y'all. There's an echo.
What was the challenge to?
A game of horseshoes.
Who play horseshoe?
I do.
Me.
Oh, okay. I want to get in that. I want to get with that. Yes.
Hey, Bunch, now. Hey, Bunch. Man, you got some dominoes. You got a domino game.
You got to go.
Oh, yeah, we can do.
Yeah.
Dominoes. I do all tables. All tables. Horseshoe.
Yeah, domino. Yeah. Hey, Bunch.
Yeah.
Hey, Bunch. You know you can meet me at the VA.
At the VA? Yeah. All right, that'll work. Let me see.
All right, I tell
I'm
y'all
going
what,
next
man.
week. Yeah,
I tell y'all
I'm
what.
going Monday.
We're gonna talk about it off air right now because we about to close it down. But we definitely thank y'all for coming out, though. Definitely thank you for your time.
Yeah,
all right.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. No, much respect.
No problem.
Much respect, man. And you know, and thank you, Terrence, for making this happen, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Man, anything I can do, anytime, man. I told you, man. I like what Major keeps bringing.
You gotta
And I
go on
like what
mute,
y'all are
Bunch.
doing for the boxing community.
It's big time for y'all. Y'all school tomorrow.
Hey, yo, salute to y'all, man. Thank you
Watch the
for coming on, man. We're gonna have a great night.
All right. Okay, Troy Turns, Joppy, Chop Chop.